We are live. Hey, everybody. Sorry we're a little late here, but welcome to another rendition of Mere Musk NFL Week 2 recap and Week 3 preview. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. And I just want to say right off the bat, Dr. Chow, sorry I had to make your team 0-2. Oh, shit. Here, let's turn that off. But I'm sorry to make your team an 0-2 team. I heard you guys are playing the Chargers. That's coming up, an 0-2 team. I heard that might be that's a very big storyline right now because, like, Addicted Profits was saying, 0-3 is almost virtually impossible to come back and have a playoff.
Yeah, I looked it up.
So.
I looked it up. Only 9 teams since 1980 have made the playoffs at 0-3. At 0-2 since 1990. It's different time frames, but they only went back to 1990 for 0-2. 11% of the teams have made the playoffs. So at least you got a 1-9 shot. That's not totally horrible.
Patriots won the Super Bowl at 0-2 and 0-1.
Yeah, so like I said, at 0-2, it's possible. At 0-3, it's basically you're done. And I was telling Mir off the air, only one 0-4 team in the modern era. That's the Chargers in I think it was
the 90s. Yep.
Yeah, they went 0-4 and made the playoffs that year. So that's it. So 0-3, this is almost like a playoff game. Like
it is. This is a playoff game.
It is, and it's funny because it's like two of the best teams. Like two of the top 10 teams. You know, the Chargers and the Vikings. Everyone kind of knows they're somewhat, in the mix. They're not the top 5, but they're like good teams. So
they definitely can give you a run for your money, and they were all playoff teams last year. So it's just like, this is going to be one of the biggest games of the year, I think. And it's so crazy. It's only in week 3. It's already one of the biggest games of the year already being played out. I'm like, damn.
It is one of those games that's like basically like I said, it's like a playoff game. Right?
What's the spread on that? Who they got on top of that? I didn't check that yet.
I didn't even check the spread on that yet. Vikings.
I haven't either, dude. I've been dealing with the fuck is. I don't know what's happening with my microphone. So
Chargers are -1, and the over under is 54. I'm going Vikings. Like, I know we're not doing our picks yet, but that Chargers coach is an idiot. So I'm going Vikings.
I'm going Vikings because of their wide receiver core. And you were right, Dr. Chow. I didn't believe you, but that wide receiver of yours, Addison.
Oh, yeah.
Goddamn, dude. That dude is good. He only had 3 receptions for 75 yards.
Oh, but guys, another reason, Vikings are home too, by the way. So, and Chargers, that's a long trip going up north like that,
And that's a big home field advantage.
Yeah. The
Vikings at the U.S. Bank Stadium. Yeah, because it gets super loud, bro.
Oh, yeah, and they got the guy with the horn.
Yeah. You got the white dude with long blonde hair.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a super fan for the Vikings. That's fucking epic, bro. He's like this jacked he looks like a Viking. He goes to every game and they put him on the Jumbotron all the time. And he's like
when I used to go to Raider games in Oakland, I used to sit in the black hole. There were so many, there's 6 guys, crazy.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, just but one spikes on the shoulder pads.
Right.
There was a guy, he still goes to all the games. And even though he lives in San Francisco, he still goes to all the games. His name's Gorilla Rilla. He dresses up like a gorilla.
Gorilla, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to consider all the fandom on different teams. Because there's Denver had the Barrel dude forever.
The Barrel dude was great, man. I love that.
He was amazing. The Vikings had this dude. He's a little low key. The Jets had that one dude, the fireman dude.
That's huge.
I saw him on the opening night.
Yeah.
He's still around. Yeah.
And then the Chiefs have a few super fans. They dress up in costumes and do all this weird shit.
I think one of the Chiefs super fans got arrested for something last year.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Barstool did a doc on it. It was fucking epic, bro.
I'll have to watch it. I think he was stealing stuff to get pay for his tickets and stuff. Dude,
it was. I don't remember their names, but yeah, dude, it was funny as hell.
At Al Davis's Hall of Fame speech, he read a letter from a guy who was in prison who was robbing banks so he could pay for his Raider tickets. And
I think that's what happened with the KC thing.
And Al Davis read this at the Hall of Fame speech. Like, this guy was the greatest, most devoted fan. ever. And then there's another story of a Raider fan who was on death row, and they asked him, like, what are your last words, before he got the chair, and he goes, "Go Raiders."
I respect it.
Yeah.
But
Well, Bill
go
from
ahead.
Jersey is a huge Raiders fan. He's like Chad's right-hand man.
Well, when I was in Spain, when I was in Barcelona, one thing I noticed, I saw a few Chief bandwagon fans.
Oh,
The number one, I bought this because at the little tourist stores, they sell a lot of like NFL stuff, right?
right.
I bought this there, and what I noticed is the most jerseys I saw were Raiders, and it's the colors. It's like the silver and black, the crossbones, the skull and crossbones. People like that stuff.
No Eagles gear?
I didn't see an Eagles scare, man. But
Damn.
if Eagles win a Super Bowl again with Hurts, you're going to see the bandwagon Eagle fans show up.
I can't
No, the
wait.
color's no good.
Well, welcome them with
Like
open
Kelly
arms.
Green.
The more, the better. All right.
You sing that stupid Eagles song, that Fly Eagles thing. I hate that song.
That's a great song. It's a great song. That's a beautiful orchestrated musical piece that should last forever and eternity. But I do want to get into this one game with you guys. So, Eagles, Vikings. What was your take on Swift, honestly, and that D line of the Vikings? Because come on,
You can go first, Chow.
yeah, you go first, Joe. I want to take your.
Well,
take your take on this.
Swift has torn up the Vikings for, years over in Detroit.
Right.
But the Vikings always had they were a defensive-minded team, so we always bottled them up. He's a good player, and but your O-line is so good that
Yeah, it's nuts.
yeah, you can't mess with that. So like I think that's like the best thing you can have on a team is like a really, really nice O-line.
I think both lines is the key.
Well, yeah. And the defensive line wins championships. I mean, it's shown out.
Everyone's talking about how good Jalen Carter looks, right? But it's like, okay, and he does look good.
Mm-hmm.
He's just surrounded by all those other monsters on the defensive line, so he's not going to get double teams or so anything. And I like the defensive line because if you remember those Giants teams, the reason that they won those 2 Super Bowls against the Patriots was Brady hated interior pressure because Brady liked to step up in the pocket.
He's not a good scrambler.
And they would collapse that pocket. And that's why, even though those Giants teams weren't the greatest teams, they matched up so well against Brady and the Pats because of that. And that was always Drew Brees' problem too. Brees, it wasn't so much the ends coming around, it was that interior pressure. And just to go back to the Vikings game, though, to talk about my take. My take was the Vikings defense, even though you guys did hit that one bomb, Amir, the Vikings defense was trying to take away the big play. Right.
Yeah, they did too, for the most part.
And then, but what happened though is that left the running game open, and you were just like, boom, Swift for 5 yards, Swift for 10 yards.
Right. And when you have an O line that can open up those little pockets for our running back to slide through, you're good to go. You're golden. That's why you pull out 175 yards.
The Vikings defense is way too passive. I mean, like they got in the guy from Miami, Flores, as the DC now.
Yeah.
And they got O'Connell, who's a offensive mastermind, as a head coach, but they got rid of their OC too. But I like where they're going on both sides of the balls, but the offense has been horrible for the Vikings. Like they should be putting up 35 points a game. But
I mean, you guys should have
Addison, like
3 receptions. Come on, but you guys should have won that game though. I mean, it was unlucky though with that fumble for a touchback though. I mean, you guys would have been up.
And that's true.
Chow, man, the Vikings have 7 turnovers in 2 games. Like in today's NFL, it's all about like we were talking about old school football games off the air, Mir and me, and 3-4 turnovers a game in the 40s, 50s, 60s was pretty normal. But you can't do that in today's NFL. Like that just will kill you. Like you gotta have 1 or 0 turnovers, like basically. Yeah. Like I'm looking at it right now. You guys are 32nd in turnovers in offense. Like, you can't be. You can't.
I think we're actually 2nd in passing offense.
No, yeah.
30th in rush offense.
Yeah, 32nd in rush offense. Yeah.
32nd. I thought we were 2nd to last.
No, you're last. I'm looking at it right now.
He goes, no, you're last.
You're last.
Well, we got reprieve, bro. We got reprieve. We got Cam Akers.
That's a good pickup. I like that.
Yeah. So, We got a
Well,
little
everybody
stud.
says that running backs are interchangeable until you dump Cook and can't run the ball, right? Yeah.
But if you watched all the Vikings season last year, they really didn't run the ball that well. It's like their
No.
line. It's line, like going back to what we mentioned earlier. It's line.
Yeah, you
Their
guys
line
have
is
like
weak. We have
Yeah,
we have one stud. We have one stud and one good player, and then the rest are just incompetent on the line. O-line.
well, one thing, man, even though he had that fumble, dude, Jefferson's got 300 yards in the first 2 weeks. This dude
Yeah.
might get 2,000 yards,
Oh yeah. I mean, he
Which
could.
Yeah, he could because again, defense isn't great. He's going to be targeted a ton. So, yeah, he can definitely do that. Obviously, you'd like to see a few more touchdowns from him. And what do you guys think of that rule when the touchback thing happens?
I don't like it.
I don't like it, but I also think, what can you do about it? Because what are you going to do if, say, a defensive player knocks the ball out and then it goes through the end zone? Like, still give the team the ball back? Like, I just think it's a tough rule. Like, the idea I had would be like, make it like a touchback if the ball goes through the end zone when the other team doesn't recover, and you got to start over at your own 20 or something.
I would say that's actually better, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Than just giving the other team the fucking ball and you're just fucked.
I'll tell you
like
who's
the
the
rule.
master.
I mean, like, you got to protect the ball. So yeah, 7 turnovers in 2 weeks. I mean, like, Jefferson laying that fucking loaf out there at the goal line was stupid, bro.
He'll never do that again. He'll learn from it.
He goes.
Addison's going to be better than Jefferson. Don't worry about it.
I don't know.
Give it 1 year. Jefferson's 23. Addison's 21. It's like,
yeah, but Jefferson's the closest thing I've seen to like kind of Jerry Rice. Like, he's just got this
different for sure. But
he's got this complete, like, he can go deep, he can do intermediate, he can go short. He's actually a pretty good blocker too. Like, he's about the same size as Rice. He's 6'1", 195. I think Rice was 6 foot 190. So, and I'm biased. I'm an LSU fan. So
you would bank at LSU too, bro.
I mean, you gotta think though. At the end of the day, I would say give you guys maybe one more year, 2 tops. You will probably have the best wide receiver core in the NFL, in my opinion. If you guys can keep Jefferson on with Addison, I think you guys will have an insane dynamic duo. I mean,
the Eagles have like a similar situation going,
I mean, yeah, but
like AJ Brown would be like a comp. He's a little bigger than Jefferson, then Devontae is like a lot like he's like an undersized wide receiver.
But I'm gonna do something that I don't usually do. Is I'm gonna talk down on the Eagles for a second here. You say it's a very similar aspect, but when it comes to the QB situation, Kirk Cousins is just a better passer, in my opinion. He's just more of a true QB, and that a pocket.
He's
not
a
even a
great
pocket.
passer.
He throws the best ball, but he cannot. He misses a lot of open targets too.
He does, but he had 4 tutties right against the Eagles.
Yeah,
he would have had 5. But
I'm just telling you, with Cousins, you just got to stick with him. You're kind of in the Alex Smith situation, like KC was in.
Yeah.
You got to stick with him until you're absolutely sure you got the replacement, right? You got to do that because otherwise you end up like, like one of these teams that kind of gets rid of a guy too early, and then
like the Raiders did with Derek Carr.
Dude, Carr's playing terrible.
Look at Baker.
He's playing awful though. He's not even playing. He's playing so
2-0, baby. 2-0.
He's got one touchdown and 2.
He's playing good.
He's playing
he's
good.
not playing good. He's got one
Baker's
touchdown,
not?
2 receptions. He's horrible.
Derek Carr is 2-0, baby. So is Baker. Baker's 2-0 also. The
He's
fucking OG.
2-0 because of the defense. Like he's playing awful. Like I'm telling you, Jimmy G's playing way better than Derek Carr. It's just Carr. Look at that is why you got to build a team. Yeah, and that's the part of the Raiders. Our defense is awful. Crap. Dog. Chow, you think
you don't care about sports? There's some gold for you, bro. Let's go. Care about medals? What do you care about? You care about Melton?
Citizen M, go watch Red Bar. Citizen M, go watch Red Bar.
Care about something?
Oh, I love it.
I know we want to get the chat involved, so I'm trying to egg them on a
Yeah,
little
I'm
bit.
just joking around. Like whatever. But isn't Citizen M the number one? I think on his Twitter profile says Red Bar only good show. I think that's what it says.
I think it might be Red Bar's wife, honestly. Like
Fuck.
he goes in the voice chats on Discord, and he sounds like a chick.
He sounds like a chick. It's probably just it's just a bitch.
Is Jules David still around? Like the Chad fan?
Well, I mean, yeah, it says an M. Oh, the fake. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a minute. But
probably rebranded.
Your Raiders, man,
awful.
I low-key thought you guys would have done more against a reeling Bills who just got smacked by the Jets at the last minute.
A major problem right now, and I was calling it when I saw the way he looked when he walked into the building, is Josh Jacobs is out of shape. He's not just not in football shape, like he's out of shape. Like he I don't know what the hell he was doing when he was. I don't know if he was on like the Melton diet when he was like,
Vegas Melton diet, bro.
But he's just not in shape. Like you can just tell. And because Josh Jacobs does all these quick cuts and spin moves and bounces outside. He's not doing that. Granted, they stacked the box and their line did not block well, but I just don't think he's in football shape. And not having Jacoby Myers was a big deal. I think that's Jimmy G's kind of blanket, like security blanket. But I don't know, man. Once in a while that happens in the NFL. I don't think the Raiders are a great team anyhow. Good team anyhow. So, but I agree. I didn't expect it. I thought they were going to lose, but lose by 8 points, 10 points, something like that. Not totally completely blown out of the water. And our defense stinks. I hate our defensive coordinator.
Because our defense stinks.
They stink. It's the same shit. It's like the same crap. It's awful. He plays these soft shell zones and Chandler Jones going off the rails. It really hurt the defense because the rookie we got, he's recovering from a foot injury, and you can tell he's not really in game shape either. And our defensive line is the opposite of the Eagles' defensive line. It's terrible, So, be happy, man. You got that. I envy that.
We've been good for so long. I don't even know what sucking it feels like anymore. I mean, we've been good since Don McNabb, Michael Vick, Carson Wentz kind of turned up first for a year.
You take it for granted.
Dr. Chow, you're muted. Yeah.
You take it for granted because I grew up, I was a kid, but I still remember the Raiders in the 80s.
Right.
And they were awesome. And then when I was in my early 20s when they had Gruden the first time, the Raiders had 3 great years from 2000 to 2002.
Right.
With Gannon, and they made that Super Bowl the one year. And I was like, okay, yeah, the Raiders are back. They're going to be good forever. And then they sucked for 20 years.
I mean, we've been good for about 20 years, give or take a couple of seasons where we kind of fell off for a little bit. But other than that,
they've been strong.
You guys have
fuck Andy Reid.
You have a good organization. I'm not an Andy Reid fan, even though he's.
I fucking hate that.
Well,
dude.
I mean, we could look up the win percentage since 2000, Vikings versus Eagles, and Vikings in the late 90s were killer, but Eagles were mid. But since McNabb came around, you guys have always been either mid or good.
Right,
really good.
Yeah,
and you got rings. So I mean, what can I say as a Vikings fan?
Right, and we got into the
Super
Super Bowl.
We always win, but we suck.
We got into the Super Bowl 3 times.
4 times.
But, you're right.
The thing about the Vikings and the Chiefs were like that before they won these Super Bowls with Mahomes. Vikings are always one of those teams that are competitive. They make the playoffs.
Always.
Yeah. Remember?
And then they lose.
Yeah. Remember when they had Kramer and Wade Wilson, the quarterback and stuff? This is back in the 80s and 90s. They're always 10-6 teams, and they'd make the playoffs and stuff. And then they'd always lose. That Cunningham year. Remember that in 98?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. The team was 15-1, and then this Morton. No, it was the other Anderson.
Atlanta beat them. The guy who did the Dirty Bird dance. Remember Jamal Anderson?
And the Anderson kicker.
And the kicker was the Vikings kicker was
Anderson. The other
Anderson, and the Raiders or the Falcons kicker was Anderson too.
But your Anderson didn't miss a field goal the whole year, and then he misses one in the fucking championship game.
That's why it's all fake, bro.
And remember, being a Raiders fan, I don't like the Broncos, and I knew the Falcons had no chance in that Super Bowl.
No.
But I thought the Vikings would, and I love watching that Vikings team. You had Moss and Chris Carter.
Wasn't Dante Culpepper your guys' QB?
Culpepper was no.
Well, that was a couple years later.
That was
98 was Brad Johnson got hurt. And then Cunningham came in off the street, basically as like an old dude, and basically did an MVP. And it was Moss's rookie year too.
Yeah,
And
like I heard
Moss did like 1,500 yards his rookie year.
I've heard like Culpepper was a mid QB. It's only Randy Moss who actually elevated him to pro football status and whatnot as a star.
Moss did that to guys. I remember you guys had this backup. I can't remember his name. I'll look up the team.
Was he a receiver?
No. One second. I think I'm gonna look up. I think 2001 he played because
quarterback.
I'll give you his name in a second. I'm looking him up right now.
Okay.
Todd Bowman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so this guy stunk, but all he would do is that he would just chuck up these jump balls to Moss, and like when he was on the Vikings, he'd throw for like 300 yards a game and 3 touchdowns because he's just like because Moss would just like make these guys look that good, So yeah,
well, I mean, Culpepper just did that. Like he has one of the most epic seasons of all time. I think around like 2001, 2002.
Yep.
Like right when he got in the league, because he was just like he'd just go back, he'd chuck it all day. That's what he just knew. Like
that knee injury. That knee injury ruined him. Yeah, he just was never.
Talking about knee injuries, what's you guys take on Nick Chubb's getting fucked up? By the way, dude. Did you watch the video?
Chubb. Yeah, no, I didn't see it.
You gotta go to Reddit.
I didn't watch the game. I didn't see the video, but I've heard. I watch Pardon My Take on Barstool, so I heard them talk about it a little bit, and then I saw in our chat we were talking about it a little bit, like what happened, but his knee got turned around.
In '94, the Raiders were playing the Niners on a Monday night, and they have a guy named Napoleon McCallum. He had a similar knee, like his knee. You can go look it up on YouTube. I hate watching; it's so disgusting. His knee did like a 90-degree angle, like very similar, and that was the end of his career. Like that was it. He was a little older. He was in his early 30s. So yeah, I don't know. That was brutal, man. That was brutal. Like,
what was that Redskins QB that got fucked up by the Giants dude?
Joe Theismann.
Joe Theismann, that's right, dude.
Supposedly that the bone was like sticking outside of his leg and shit.
Shit! Compound fracture.
Have you seen the documentary on Alex Smith after he had that injury?
Yeah, he's never played football again.
That one was bad.
They almost had to amputate his leg. He got all infected and stuff. It was like
the Vikings had a guy that happened to him in London. They were playing in London like week 4 last year. And he was a rookie, Louis Cine. I think he's from Alabama or something. He's a stud, first-round pick as the safety. And he's playing special teams on the kickoff return. And, yeah, he did the leg was turned around backwards. And now he's back playing. So, but he's also like 20, 21, 22,
Right.
Well, I think he's starting, too.
Do you
he's
think
a stud.
What's your guys' take though on Nick Chubb's career after that injury? Do you think he's done?
I don't know, man, because I don't know what the diagnosis is, but he didn't just like blow out an ACL. He did MCL, ACL, probably tons of ligament damage.
Yeah,
he's not even done bone damage. Like,
that leg is fucked.
Yeah, it's just like
it's so bad.
Yeah, I know.
I got to put this up real quick.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing at.
I like that.
Sorry. I was laughing at that shit because I wasn't laughing at Nick Chubb.
I've been rocking it the last week.
That was funny as fuck.
I was telling Little Mir I was in the weed stocks for like 2-3 months and they went up like crazy. And one of my shorts is way down today. I've been rocking it the last few months, So I'm pretty happy, Hey, go to my website and watch my videos and don't listen to. The wall, or no, I don't want to call him the wall because that's don't listen to the whale, like he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Right.
No, he doesn't. He knows nothing about anything. That's the funniest part about him.
Yeah. He's probably like a comedy. He's probably like a troll comedy fucking like show or something like that. That just pretends like he knows what he's talking
the whale?
about.
No, he's just he's a soy, bro.
He's just a soy.
Yeah.
What was your guys' take on the Baker Mayfield game, by the way? Baker Mayfield, it is the Bears. It is the Bears.
But guys, like I said, the Bucs have a good roster, man. And Brady did not play well last year, so.
Dr. Chow's ass on screen. What the fuck, man? Go ahead.
Anyhow, by the way, have you seen that shit that's going on with the Bears? That's more interesting than Baker Mayfield.
No, I've not seen what's going on with the Bears.
Like they had this defensive coordinator who was on like leave of absence, and the FBI just raided his house.
What?
Yeah, it just happened like today. You know? and now Fields started calling out the offensive coordinator. Like this is a new coaching staff and stuff. Yeah,
they're all what?
The Bears are a disaster, man. They're going to be like the worst team in the league again. You know?
I love it. You know what? I'm kind of happy about that because aren't they moving to the suburbs of Chicago? They're moving away from Soldier Field. I think like by 2026 or something, right?
I think they're going to. I saw a thing on it. It's an old racetrack, and some group has taken it over. And I think that local suburb, it's like a high-end suburb, has offered up a lot of taxpayer money and whatever. And yeah, it's kind of like the Niners playing in Santa Clara. Like it's going to be like they're not going to be playing at Soldier. Come on, man! I love Soldier Field. That's like a classic, like Lambeau Field, like the classic old school stadium.
Right.
know?
Kobe Bryant is such an amazing player. Kobe Bryant is just the best I've ever heard in my life. Right, Dr. Chuck. Kobe Bryant. You would agree?
Kobe's dope, bro. I like
I'm
Kobe
just
a lot.
fucking with him so hard right now.
What?
No, I'm just fucking with you. We're not even talking about Kobe. I just want to fuck with you a little bit. Go ahead, David.
Well, no. I mean, like Kobe is. No, like one of my sons is like super into baseball and basketball and football cards and all that shit.
Yeah.
And he was going through all these cards I used to have, and he picks out Kobe and he picks out Kirby Puckett. Those are his two favorite players. Historical players.
Who's that?
Oh,
Who's Kirby
God.
Puckett?
He's this big fat guy. Used to play for Minnesota.
Oh
no,
shit.
He was the third youngest player ever to be put in the Hall of Fame.
But
really?
He played 10 years, 2 titles.
Didn't he go blind in an eye or something like that?
Yeah, he went blind. He got hit by a pitch and fucked up his eye. But he was a G from Chicago, bro. He lived in Greeny Green, the projects, and he could fucking hit, bro. And play center field.
This was interesting. Oh, go ahead.
He died really young too, by the way. He died in his mid-40s.
He died at 45. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a legend.
What David and I were talking about though was like the Soldier Field. They just spent millions renovating Soldier Field too. Yeah. Didn't what's her face? That Lori Lightfoot chick begged the Bears to stay, but they left. They're going to the suburbs now.
I think one of their issues was all of her because Chicago is very obviously Democratic city. And she had really strict, like lockdown measures. And they said the Bears, it really hurt them, their business, obviously, like with concession sales, like issues with the fans at the stadium. And
does this get more dangerous down there too for families to bring their families and whatnot?
Chicago's, I don't know that area.
I got an opinion on it because I've lived in Chicago for 15 years. So
okay.
What happened was the stadium, Soldiers Field on the lake is dope, but it's the worst fucking stadium to get to. You need to either take train, bus. It's like, it's a mess to get to the games. They want to build one of these like modern stadiums because it was built it's an OG stadium,
right. Right.
It doesn't have all the amenities. It's dope, but and it's beautiful there, but the team sucks there. The revenue is low, and there's a 95-year-old woman running the fucking whole team.
Yeah, she's George Halas's granddaughter.
Yeah. She's dope.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. It's just like the last kind of link to old school football, right? But
no, you got Al Davis' son.
Well, the thing of the Raiders now, because when they were making no money in Oakland, now the Raiders have the #1 ticket revenue in the league from that stadium, and I think they're #2 overall revenue from the stadium, like concerts. They get a cut of all that.
Yeah.
So that's what the Bears want to do. They want to have something modern like that to up that ticket revenue, right?
Well, they also want to add more amenities,
for
other people to do shit while they're at the game or whatnot. Because
your
everyday fan is not just going to watch the whole game.
Park, and that's where Lollapalooza is. So it's like they have concerts at Soldiers Field, and I've been to events at Soldiers Field before, but it's just like.
Now what? Like, what else is there to do?
I don't even know what they can do now because they could tear it down and put condos there and make
I don't think they'll tear it down.
billions.
Isn't the Soldiers Field though like towards like the veterans and whatnot? I mean, they're not going to just tear it down. It's like a historical landmark, isn't it? In Chicago.
I don't know what they're going to do, but it's the best real estate ever where the stadium is. Literally.
I mean, look at Maui.
It's on Lake Michigan, right at a point. It's beautiful. It's like the stadium. What they did was amazing in making it back in the day, but
right.
Everyone wants money, you know.
Dude, that's like the Sky Dome or whatever I call it, Rogers Center in Toronto. You know where the Blue Jays play.
Yep.
It's like right near the lake, and it used to just be like old industrial warehouses. Good man, Chris. Yeah, it's all industrial, but now because Toronto real estate's gone up, I didn't even recognize the area. It was all just condo right around the stadium, and it's like I said, it's right near downtown. It's right on the lake, so
right.
It's good real estate, and and it's perfect. One reason the Jays sell out because baseball teams are like half empty half the time.
Non-Busch Stadium, baby. We're always packing.
There's so much real estate around there. People can all just walk to the games or whatever, right? So, anyhow, I'm old school though when it comes to that. I used to go to the dog. Actually, I've been to the Black Hole, the Dog Pound, because I live pretty close to Cleveland, growing up in Ontario and Canada. And the Dog Pound we sit on wooden benches. Everyone are psychos and drunk. And I went when I was like 16, 17 years old. I didn't realize this, but I went when Bill Belichick was the coach of the Browns. At the time I was just watching the first game. You don't think anything of it, right? It was the first game of the season. And but the Dog Pound was like crazy, I'll give you a quick story before we go into more football. So I was at preseason game in the Dog Pound. They were playing the Falcons because my brother, actually, because we'll talk about Deion, I'm sure, was a huge Deion Sanders fan when he was on the Falcons. So the game was boring as hell. I think it was like 7-3 was the final score. And we're sitting there in the Dog Pound. Everyone's bored. It's all third stringers playing fourth quarter. And, back then there was less rules. This guy's got a bottle of tequila with the worm in it. And he's like 20 rows above us. And he starts pointing at my dad. And he goes, "This worm's got your name on it." And my dad's like, "No, it doesn't." So then he starts pointing at this guy next to us. And he's like, "It's got your name on it." And then all of a sudden, like 2,000 people go on this because the game is so boring. And then like everyone's chanting, "Worm, worm, worm." And then the guy eats the worm and everyone starts going crazy.
Yes, sir.
And the second best part of that game is after the game, Huey Lewis in the News played.
Huey Lewis in the News. All right, Patrick Bateman.
Dude, they're so bad, bro. Oh yeah. Like that's another thing. Everyone thinks I'm either Andy Kaufman or Patrick Bateman. That's what everyone's always calling me out on.
No, you're a fucking mega G. That's what you are.
People were saying
you're a doctor.
People were saying that you look like their aunt with their new haircut.
Oh yeah. Lesbian too.
I love it. I love the trolls, man. The trolls are awesome. Snaggletooth Murr, I love all of it. But anyway, so let's get back into football because we kind of went off track here. I want to approach a game with you guys real quick. What do you guys think about Ritter? Green Bay Packers Falcons 25-24. Ritter honestly looked pretty solid to me for once. I mean, I was like, all right, Ritter actually is looking solid.
Before the game, man, you were like, Ritter can't throw,
I was saying that. I'll eat my own words. I thought Ritter was garbage. I thought he couldn't throw. He's throwing. He looked good.
Don't it kind of remind you a little bit of, say, a poor man's Raven? They got Eglier guy, they got Robinson, they got Ritter. So they can kind of run and throw kind of those like shotgun option formations. Their leading receiver is Mac Hollins. I liked him from the Raiders last year. He's this big dude with like kind of like hair like mine, like big, crazy hair.
Mac Hollins is dank.
Yeah. And he was a kind of a special teams guy his whole career to the last 2 years. So I like them, man. And it looks like their defense, which has been porous for a long time, is playing pretty well. They only allowed, I'm looking at the stats now, they only allowed 224 yards to the Packers, So.
Oh, they got a good D. I would change my pick if I could. I would take Atlanta over because I bet Carolina with ATP.
Me too. I would do the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Atlanta, and I actually kind of like New Orleans too. But I didn't actually watch. I haven't watched 1 second of any of their games. I'm just like basing
Really?
my opinion based off some
Just the
stats
stats?
and
Yeah.
some other commentary.
What's happened with New Orleans, and
I
I'll
haven't
put
watched NFC South at all, bro.
You didn't watch Baker Mayfield, bro?
but
Well,
you
I
don't
mean,
Thank
yeah,
you,
I
Dave.
did. Oh, well, sorry. Oh shit! No, I'll take Tampa, bro. I'll take
There you
Tampa
go,
heavy.
Tampa, dude.
Yes,
Baker
yes.
Mayfield is the fucking best QB
but,
coming
but
out of there.
Like,
Yes.
don't you think like okay? Remember, everyone's saying NFC South is crap, but remember a few years ago,
It's actually pretty
Washington
good.
won the NFC East
It's
with a
actually
losing
pretty good.
record. Doesn't the NFC South feel like it's kind of becoming the NFC East?
I think the
Like,
NFC South has better. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but remember the NFC East was like, oh, it's crap. Washington was 7-9 and they won the division. Well, now the NFC
that was 1 year,
was
man.
1 year. Well,
Yeah.
they did that last year with the NFC South. Now the South is looking solid. Like all these teams are good.
Yeah.
With New Orleans, just to put my feelings about Carr aside,
Yeah.
they play really good defense, and what Carr has done is in the fourth quarter, he's
Yep.
made some big clutch throws.
Get those
He's-
field goals going.
He has played like crap, I'm gonna be honest with you, for most of the game. But if you can make those clutch throws at the end
You're gonna
and
win.
your defense is playing well, yeah, you can win. And I love Taysom Hill. That's one of my favorite.
He's a
players.
beast. He is a beast.
I love that guy.
Dude, I would love to have Taysom Hill on my team because
Yeah.
I mean, like the Vikings and the Saints have been going back and forth for like 7 years now.
To me, he
They,
just
they
helped.
play all the time in the playoffs. They play in the regular season, and Taysom Hill was always the top G in every game. over,
And he
like,
helps your
7
short
years.
You know, he helps your short yardage offense. And like, do you really want, even if he's a big dude, do you want your quarterback running those sneaks? That's unneeded hits. Like Taysom Hill can come here and run it and
Dude,
get off the
he would
field.
come out of nowhere against the Vikings and just
Tear up.
no.
And then-
I mean, like he would just
He
play like
plays tight
5
end.
plays a game and have like 50 yards and like 3 passes for 80 yards and a touchdown. You know, like he would
You're
just like
all right.
every time he came in the game, he would just dominate, and then he would get up and be like, "Yeah," and it was demoralizing. Every time I watched him, I don't like Taysom Hill because of that, because I'm like a Vikings fan.
You don't like the
He
flex? You don't
always
like
has
the
been
flexing,
good.
man?
Dude, well, I mean,
Gotta
no,
respect
I mean,
it. You
like,
gotta
he's
respect
just,
it. Come
he's just
on.
alpha G'ing, you know, like the whole
Yeah.
team, basically.
Dude,
But he only
I'm-
plays like 2% of the game.
Yeah, smidgen, but he's
Yeah.
flexing when he does play because he turns up though. So I gotta respect it. I
He
gotta
does
respect
turn
it.
up, bro.
So
I'm
I
looking-
do.
I'm
Oh, go ahead.
looking
Go
at
ahead.
his stats. Like last year, he had 575 yards rushing, 7 TDs, caught 9 passes, 2
Fuck.
TDs.
That's huge.
Dude,
They
that's
do
crazy
that-
for
do
a
that-
for a utility player like that. That's big.
9 TDs and 650 yards for a utility player. You know, plus he threw a handful of passes. You know, like like the dude is, you know.
But
I respect him, but I mean,
right. No, but
he
I do
tears
want
it up
I
every
do
time
want to
he's
say
in the
I
game.
do want to say though is I will eat my words right now. I was drastically wrong in this. I thought the locker room, the vibe, everything would have gone their way. The Jets disappointed me to the. I've never been wrong about it. I will say this right now. Even before I did a show or whatnot, I've always had a good feeling about teams with like not even just statistic wise, but just when you go into games, just the
feeling.
atmosphere and
Yeah.
what you're feeling. You know. I've never been so much wrong about a team just to lie on their fucking back and just get beaten down so hard after having such a monumental win with such hype going, around them, with so much highs going on in the locker room, just to get destroyed in week 2. That was disturbing to me. I have no faith in Zach Wilson now. He is shit. Trade him now or cut him. I'm not kidding. Get rid of him. Bring in Colin Kaepernick now, because that dude will not win you more than probably 4 to 5 games.
Bring in Nick
Now.
Foles. Bring in Nick Foles. Any of these guys are better than Wilson. You know what I'm saying?
Get
Like,
rid of him now.
Yeah.
Where's
you know?
Culpepper?
Where's Culpepper? No, I'm not kidding. Get rid of that loser now. He's done that.
It's,
Isn't he from BYU?
yeah.
Yeah, fuck that fucking
Hey.
Yeah.
Never mind, I'm not gonna say it on here, but
There's your boy Taysom Hill. So
yeah, but he's
Yeah,
a beast.
Taysom Hill's a Mormon dude too. Yeah.
yeah.
But he's a G.
Yeah, he's a
Zach,
G.
I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like,
He's a white soy boy.
are we gonna have
Mormon, get him out.
we're gonna be talking about Zach Wilson like Baker Mayfield in 2 years?
Hang on, real quick. Eagles trash. You know what? I guarantee your team has been horrible for the past 2 decades. So they just said that right now. Cowboys, Chiefs,
Guaranteed.
Niners, Eagles. Good luck.
Hey, Chow and Mir. Okay, so I said this last week. The Jets, because obviously maybe they just want him to be third string and learn for a year. Trey Lance on the Cowboys, but why
Tell me
not
when your
trade?
team's back in the Super Bowl, all right, Lindora?
Why
Then you
not
can talk to
trade-
me.
Guys, why not trade for Cooper Rush? Doesn't cost that much money. He's a solid quarterback. He can be a game manager with that good defense.
Cowboys don't
100 times
trade
better.
really that good. I don't know.
No. I would
It's
trade
all
for
about,
Cooper
like,
Rush.
what team? Like I want to touch on the Vikings trade, the Akers trade.
Oh, what happened? I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, Cam
Yeah,
Akers.
so Vikings acquired Akers from the running back Cam Akers from LA, the Rams.
Lindora, you're a fucking idiot. Shut up. All right, go ahead, buddy. Now I'll just keep talking for a second when you do that. Lindora, you're actually a moron.
Yeah, no, there was a big trade today, and it was pick swaps, I think in 2026. And but Vikings got a new running back, basically. They got Cam Akers from the LA Rams. He's like in his last year of his deal, but that's when you trade those type of guys. Like the Vikings have done that before.
You want to dump him on another team, and they just dumped him. I mean, what's his stats?
I mean,
what's his stats?
backup.
What's his stats through week 1? Because I know he was running with the Rams.
No, he was a healthy scratch week 2. So, and he put out something on Twitter or X, and
he only had 22. He only had 22 carries for 29 yards week 1, but whatever. That's one game. Running backs have games like that, but so
they do. Yeah,
he's a good player. Like I think he had like 700 yards.
Yeah.
So
no, he's fine. He's fine. I mean, like he's not an asset. Like, oh my god. Like I said, I think the T.J. Hawkinson trade that the Vikings got last year was way bigger than getting Cam Akers. It's like Cam Akers is like a temporary dude,
It's like a Dalvin Cook for the Jets. You get them on that 1 year thing, and then after that, who knows?
Yeah, I'm looking at Akers. I look at Akers' career. So he got hurt in 2021, but his 2 years that he played, he had combined 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns. So it's like he's 800 yards, 800 yards.
I mean, when he's on the field, he's dope. At least back in the day, he was. He did some dope stuff for their team.
And by the way, he was never really fully the number one. Like he averages about 12 carries a game. So that's the thing. Like that was my point. Like McConnell and McVay are boys, with the Vikings and Rams. So yeah, they dude, they know each other, bro. They know each other. So like, and
I love
McVay
you,
knows, McConnell knows, what's his face, Akers. So he's like, okay, well, maybe he's going to be a backup or maybe he's going to be cut in 2 weeks.
Right.
It wasn't like they didn't give up like capital really for it.
Okay.
He wanted out of LA and Vikings got him now. So we'll see.
So I do want to say something to you two boys real quick. Honestly, the biggest surprise this season for me, who's actually played, I think, out of his mind, out of this world, who's actually being able to carry not even carry the team, but just put the team in the proper position to win the games. Obviously, they haven't won any yet, but he's put them in that position, is Joshua Dobbs, bro.
Josh Dobbs? Who's that?
No, not Joshua Dobbs. Because, I mean, look at the Cardinals week 1. Now look at them week 2. I think Josh has honestly, like, blown my mind with, do you need Kyler Murray at all at this point? Because Kyler Murray, dude, I don't know if you want that headache. Joshua Dobbs, I think, could become a great QB. Possibly.
Well, here's the thing with him. He's played very well. He played well for the Titans last year. I think because, he came in the middle of the year, like, with no training camp, no nothing, because they're backup at the Titans. I can't remember the guy's name, the 3rd-round pick. That guy stinks, right?
Yeah.
So Dobbs came in, and he's played very well. Because remember, everyone had the Cardinals easily as the worst team in the league.
Yep.
And they've been very competitive their first 2 games. But I don't know if he's a long-term answer, but I do know this. If they end up being, a 3-4 win team, and they take one of these quarterbacks and jettison Kyler Murray, I would be fine with Dobbs starting for a year or something, in that role.
I
And
think
let's see how, because look, as we all know, usually the team that's the overwhelming consensus to be the worst team in the league never is.
overperforms.
Everyone thought the Panthers were tanking it last year, and they went 7-10. They weren't that terrible, right?
Right.
Like it's like that's what always happens. And then people thought the Cardinals were coming off a playoff year; they were going to be good, and then they were terrible last year. So usually that that worst team in the league is a bit of a surprise. Not like not like not the overwhelming consensus. Although it does look like the Bears may have that this year.
I think the Bears are done.
Dude,
Their DC just. Did you see the news? The DC
you're talking about,
yeah.
The FBI raid.
Oh, I don't know the whole story. I just know that he's gone.
No, dude. He was on a leave of absence for some reason, and
Right.
the FBI this morning raided his home.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he resigned.
Yeah, so he resigned. So and then Fields was calling out the offensive coordinator, saying that they're not letting him play. They're putting too many restrictions on him, and this shit's already happening after 2 weeks. Like they're gonna be and their defense is horrible. Their offense isn't very good. Dude, they could be like a Lions 0-6, 0-17 year. Like I'm serious.
Nah, no way. Justin Fields is too good it's too dynamic of a QB to allow that to happen.
No, he's not. They've lost 12 straight games.
But he could get hurt.
Yeah, but you're gonna get that one game though. You're gonna win. I guarantee it. They'll get one.
But who? Against the Lions or maybe
Texans? I say Texans.
Vikings.
Texans. I say Texans.
Maybe the Vikings.
CJ Stroud.
They might beat the Vikings in Soldiers Field. Like that might be the game.
Okay,
don't talk shit on your Vikings like that.
Year.
I will not allow you on this show to talk shit on your Vikings like that. No.
Okay, guys.
They could. I mean, but they're so bad. Like it's it's hard to play actually at Soldiers Field, but their team is not set up for what they're doing.
Guys, I'm looking at the schedule. Christmas Eve. It's in Chicago. Arizona Bears. That could be the game for the number 1 pick.
We should go to that game.
I'm not going to that game.
Christmas Eve, you're going to be hanging out with us. And
the only games I'll ever go to are an Eagles game. All right, to watch Jalen Hurts run it and destroy any team he plays. I guarantee we're at least going to go. I guarantee this year we're probably going to go about the same time we did last year. What was it like? 9-0 before Washington beat us with Taylor Heineke. I forgot what we were at that point in time, but we were undefeated.
Let's move on to them. What do you think of that Washington quarterback, Sam Howell? I didn't really know much about him. He looks pretty good.
He's good.
Yeah.
I looked at this with someone who knows him, basically one of his linemen at North Carolina, and he's been hyping him. And I actually talked to Sam, trying to do something back in the day, 2 years ago. So I'm a big fan.
I didn't know anything about him because he was like a 5th round pick. So I looked him up because I'm a stat nerd, and his North Carolina stats are insane.
He was a Heisman favorite. Going into it, he's dope.
So I think sometimes these scouts in the NFL screw up, and O'Connell, the guy we've talked about for the Raiders, this dude, the Purdue guy. When you look at these guys and they put up huge numbers like that at pretty large programs, I think you got to ignore some of maybe the athletic limitations. You got to just say this guy was super productive at a pretty big school, right? And maybe jettison him up a bit rather than just looking for pure athleticism. And with that said,
that's what my Jordan Addison thing is, because he dropped in the draft because he ran at a 4.48, but
dude, that's what Jerry Rice
he did
ran.
1,600 yards at Pitt as a sophomore, like a true 19-year-old. It's
he made that,
and he won the Bolitnikoff.
Kenny Pickett look good.
Yeah, he got Kenny Pickett drafted in the first round, basically, So I'm this guy is and you watch him on the field. That's another thing. You watch a guy on the field, and I feel this way with Sam Howell. I think he's legit. And
I want your take on this real quick, Mega G, because David and I watched this game. It was the Colorado Buffalo game. Remember that shit? You and I watched that, simultaneously, whatnot. Do you think Deion Sanders' son is actually a Heisman Trophy winner caliber, and then also in transition to the NFL, or do you think he's just kind of mid? Because they really haven't played a good team yet.
No.
I mean, they're gonna play, aren't they?
TCU
I mean, yeah, but TCU is good, but
Yeah.
they could be on the downward spiral. They're gonna play their hardest matchup. I forgot who it was. They're about to play.
Oregon.
They're playing Oregon.
That's right, the Oregon
That's
Ducks,
gonna
dude.
be big on the road.
That's a big game. That's going to show to me actually how good you are at this point in time, because
that's going to be fun.
Dude, I think they're going to get fucking wrecked. I'm not going to lie.
I think with because Colorado State's not a very good team, but I just think they came up jacked up. They were like, we're not going to let Deion embarrass us and talk a bunch of crap. And they really came out.
They almost did too.
Yeah. So they came out.
I couldn't watch the game. I passed out. It was too long.
I don't pretend to be a scout, but when I watch Deion's son, I just think his arm strength and ball placement's really good.
Dude, he reminds me of Robert Griffin the third.
And his mechanics look good too. He doesn't look like one of these guys who's just all arm, his feet, are all over the place. So I don't know, man. I could see that. Like, let's say he really shoots up NFL drafts and some terrible.
He has a lacerated liver, right?
Yeah, he got fucked up. No, he's not going to be good to play versus Oregon. No way.
I mean, like he was streaming. He's like, I'm fine. I'm ready to play. But I think it wasn't even the hit. I don't think that.
You don't think it was the hit? Oh, he played a couple more. He played a couple more snaps after he got hit like that.
They said he has like a internal organ problem. Okay.
Lacerated liver. I think you're talking about Chad.
Oh shit!
Right, bro.
Hey, what's that comedian thing?
Can we switch subjects to Ray at some point?
Go ahead. Go do it right now. Go do it right now.
Let's do it, man.
Bro, did you see that shit with Ray yesterday?
No, I did not. I missed it.
Yeah.
MLC, bro. He had this fake doctor on. Like, dude, I'm gonna beat that doctor's ass, bro. He's not a real doctor.
You really think he's a fake doctor?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a real doctor. I don't think he could do that. Yeah. Oh, you're the real doctor. Oh, sorry. I didn't get the
I'm
jokes.
the real doctor. And I diagnosed this shit decades ago, bro.
Decades ago.
But that shit was fucking insane, bro.
You got to give it to Ray. I'll give props to him for actually coming on and doing that, because a lot of people would not want some doctor basically telling you.
Well, Ray can't lose his best spot, man. That's his best spot. Thousands of people watch, hundreds of people watching him. He can't lose
but
that.
A lot of people, it doesn't matter, man. Like, you think Chad would do that? He would never come on like that.
Chad has too much self-respect.
Yeah, well, no, and Chad don't want to fix himself. So
that is true. That is true. There was one game I kind of want to get you guys at. I watched the game. Was the Miami Dolphins Patriots game. Did you guys watch that at all with Mac Jones and Tua facing off?
I didn't see it, but
I watched it. I kind of fell asleep at halftime, but I did rewatch the second half. One of the biggest, because they didn't, maybe it's just because the Chargers have a good offense, because the Dolphins defense did not look good week one.
Right.
Getting I think it's that defensive coordinator, the guy who used to coach the Broncos.
Yep.
I think that's a huge ad, because we know the Dolphins have a great offense.
Of course, yeah, they're insane.
Yeah. As long as Tua can stay healthy, like they got basically, we're talking about this wide receiver pairs. That's probably the best wide receiver pair.
Yeah, I would even take them over the Vikings.
Yeah. So,
they're so good, bro.
So the thing is, and Mostert, the running back, looks really good. But the thing I took from that is, like, if that defense, because we talked about it, Mac Jones looked good against the Eagles week one. He didn't look good against the Dolphins week two, right? So if that defense can play like that, what is that? Like a piece of wood? Yeah. Anyhow,
I'm listening.
Okay, if that defense can play like that, the Dolphins might win the East, over the Bills, and they're playing the Broncos at home. Dude, did you see Sean Payton called out Russell Wilson?
No, what? No.
Yeah.
Tell me this right now.
He already called him out.
I did not hear this. Let me hear it.
Wilson's numbers look good. He threw a few bombs in the first half.
Yeah. They barely lost. Yeah, I saw that shit. Yeah.
And then they were winning 21-3, and they blew it. I loved it because I hate the Broncos, right? So I loved that. right? But and Broncos are in trouble because they played Washington Raiders, two like not great teams, and they're 0-2 and at home, right? But anyhow, he just said Wilson wasn't getting in and out of the huddle fast enough, not calling the plays fast enough. There you go.
You look like that dude from Ed and Eddie, bro.
Doing a bit, dude. I'm not meaning to distract you, King.
Anyhow, that's all I'm saying is that
it's not a big deal.
I think Peyton's a prick. I don't like him. I think his teams are
Wait,
dirty.
hang on. Isn't smoking on stream legal now since it's legal? Isn't that shit yeah, isn't that legal? Why are you hiding it then?
Just for fun.
It's like, what the fuck is this dude doing?
Because it's crap.
Smoking fucking meth in here.
Yeah, but anyhow, Wilson, like I think Peyton wants to ditch Wilson, right?
You're a
and get his own quarterback in there.
Yeah.
So he's gonna throw him under the bus. That's my opinion. You know,
dude, I just.
So, you want to hear? I got another story. You know me, I got stories.
Oh, hang on. Before you tell the story, can I go take a quick piss real quick?
Okay.
Keep the show running, boys. I gotta take a piss.
Yeah. Sorry, bro.
No. How dare you?
No. I think Wilson is. I think he might be done, bro.
I think he was all athletic ability. He'd run around. If you watched him, you can't read defenses and stuff. He would get the ball in Seattle, run around, chuck up a deep pass to Metcalf or Lockett or whoever. And, you know, they had the Legion of Boom, and Wilson just kind of managed the games then, right? And I think now that he's lost some of the athletic ability and he's got to use his mind more, like we talked about Cunningham that year he had. Cunningham was a pocket passer by that year for the Vikings, right?
I think he was out of the league for 2 years, and then he came back and was like, I'll back up Brad Johnson. And then all of a sudden he was the starter week 1, and he had one of the best seasons of all time. It's like Kurt Warner, you know, like they reinvented themselves.
Do you remember when he was Johnson's backup the year before? I think it was 97, and Johnson got hurt, and it was a playoff game against the Giants. And Cunningham,
that didn't happen.
Yeah. Cunningham.
I thought Cunningham was a new addition in 98.
No, 97 he played. Go look it up. Cunningham came in a playoff game against the Giants and threw 2 touchdowns late in the game. They were down like 10, 13 points. And they got an onside kick. I'm so stupid when it comes to football. I have like this photographic memory for these games, right? And I'm going to look it up right now.
I'm looking it up, bro.
They came in and they won that playoff game. And that kind of, and he was just the backup that year. And I think he started that playoff game because Johnson got hurt late in the year. Yeah, here it is. Jake Reed, 30-yard pass for Randall Cunningham.
Jake Reed was nasty, bro.
So yeah, fourth quarter. Actually, no. Late third quarter. You guys were losing 19-3 at halftime to the Giants. And Cunningham came back and you won 23-22. I remember this game.
I'm looking at it on Wikipedia, dude. That's amazing, bro. I don't remember that. It must have been. Yeah.
I remember the onside kick and the throw to Jake Reed and
shit, dude. I do remember this game. It was fucking insane game. The Vikings are always been the most insane games of all time.
You know the other classic? Actually, because we're talking about the Browns and Ray and Chubb. You know that the Hail Mary game against the Browns? It's like 1980. Like, we obviously weren't around for it, both of us.
I didn't see that one.
Look it up. That's a classic game. So basically, the Vikings missed 2 extra points and 2 field goals, right? And they're down by a point at the 50-yard line, and they need to win the game to make the playoffs. So this was the first year, I think, after Fran Tarkenton retired. And it was like Tommy Kramer was the quarterback, and he throws this Hail Mary. It gets tipped up with the ball. Then Ahmad Rashad like traps the ball between his like arm and his hip and gets
MJ's best friend, Ahmad Rashad.
Yeah. So okay. So what story?
Where are we at right now? I have no idea.
Oh no, we're talking Vikings history, bro. We're talking Cunningham. Actually, one of your compatriots, Randall Cunningham, a legend for the Eagles and a legend for the Vikings. Yeah, he's the complete G.
But
bro.
why aren't we just talking about the Eagles?
Okay, I got to tell my Russell Wilson story, then we'll move on because this is a funny story.
Yeah.
So there's this girl here on the island. She's actually one of those WWE girls, and she's like a big influencer, right?
Wait. Like she wrestles for WWE, or she's just like a.
Actually, this is like public knowledge. I can say her name. Her name's Erica Hammond, right?
Yeah.
So she does like fitness stuff, and she was like I say, she was wrestled from WWE. So she was the girlfriend of a guy named Joseph Foria. He was like a backup tight end.
She's bad.
I remember
bro.
Fourier.
She's bad. I'm looking her up right now.
The Pats.
No, this isn't the Patch. This is actually his nephew. He played on the Lions.
She's a fitness trainer.
Oh yeah, I remember him too. Yeah.
So they used to come to the island all the time because her parents have a place here on the island. Actually, Captain Morgan from the Donnie videos is really close with them, right?
When can we get him on?
So then for a while,
Captain Morgan.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
He's the man, bro. He's the funniest dude ever.
Captain Morgan.
So anyhow,
good man.
So anyhow, they were dating for a long time, and then one day, someone calls me up, and there's this little resort here called Mir. You're frozen for a second. Yeah.
Oh.
So there's this little resort here called Rainbow Inn, and somebody's telling me, he's like, Russell Wilson's in here with Erica. Right. And I'm like, what?
Oh, shit.
And Foria even posted on his Twitter, that bastard Russell Wilson stole my girlfriend.
Dude, that's why I don't like Russell. No. I'm going to be honest right now. I'm going to do a hot take real quick. You guys let me know if I'm out of line. All right, boys? Russell Wilson, pro Jesus, pro Christianity, I'm this like esteemed kind of guy when he first came in the league. And he apparently, like, I heard rumors that he rubbed people the wrong way with his, like, I'm holier than thou. We need to be more, great men and whatnot. And you're saying he's with some fucking chick in some hotel or something like that, fucking around.
No. Like, basically, the story was, and like I said, he posted, then he deleted it.
Of course he did. Why wouldn't he? Well,
this is all hearsay. I don't want to get in trouble for saying shit, but it's
you're already in too deep, bro. You might as well just keep going.
Yeah, well, 1 year he came down here with her, and they supposedly they just dated for a while. Before he's with Ciara or whatever.
He married another celebrity.
Yeah. So
I don't know, man. To me, dude, he beat the Vikings a couple times really bad. But I think that's probably in the playoffs. I think 2 or 3 times.
Right, but he was good when though. When was Legion of Boom really good and all that shit?
It's 12 years ago.
Exactly, it's like a decade ago now, man. That's ancient history. The Seahawks.
It is. So I'm just trying to say I have reverence for him. I've seen him do amazing things.
Oh, in his prime, he's just one of those guys.
I've seen it, bro.
He's just one of those guys, though.
I fear him more than Jalen Hurts.
Yikes.
No.
Yikes.
I think Hurts is one of those guys, when he loses some of his athletic ability, is still going to be a good quarterback.
Fuck yes.
Russell Wilson has shown now that he's lost that half a step. He's nowhere nothing what he was.
He looks like shit, bro.
Lindrell Streams. Yeah. Who's your fucking team, fam? Tell me first, and then start talking shit, all right? Who's your fucking team?
I think he's an Eagle fan, bro.
I don't believe it for a fucking second. Fuck that dude.
Oh, he's a Jets guy.
Oh, he's a Jet. What were you good? What, Mark Sanchez? What was that, 2011? Oh, yeah. How far did you guys get? Yeah, conference finals till then, or whatever that was? Yeah. Tell me to get to a Super Bowl, buddy. Anyway, go ahead.
But you've been a Raiders fan, bro, forever.
Yeah. Well, actually, what's funny is I grew up 2 teams. Mir will hate this. Is that my second team? Because I hate Jerry Jones now. I just don't care about them anymore. Was the Cowboys, because my dad.
No, I like the Cowboys. They're cool.
Yeah, he liked Roger Staubach and Danny White and Tony Dorsett and so. And
White had a famous touchdown against the Vikings in a playoff game.
Oh yeah, that's the original Hail Mary.
The original Hail Mary was pass interference against the Vikings.
The guy just fell, man. I've seen that a million times, man. Maybe there was a tiny push,
Maybe a tiny push.
But the funny thing is, do you know what happened to play before that, or a couple plays before that? It was a 4th and 9. It was a 4th and 19. Like I told you, I used to be a football nut. So
no, go ahead.
And then Staubach threw an out to Drew Pearson for 20 yards, and he would have been out of bounds. This is when they still had the push out rule. The Vikings guy pushed him out, so they called it a pushed out. And then there was a Vikings security guy on the sidelines, and he ran over and he like kicked Drew Pearson when he was on the ground.
Good. Fuck that dude.
I love old school football stuff like that, man.
Do you remember when what was it? Was it Rex Ryan or his brother who tried tripping that dude on the sideline during that
No,
run?
that was the Pittsburgh coach.
It was it was Tomlin. Tomlin did that. Yeah.
But Tomlin didn't trip him though.
But yeah, I think one of the Rob Ryan.
Yeah, it was Rob Ryan who tripped that dude. Like
he
stuck his knee out
tried to or something,
Yeah,
dude, that shit was huge news. I remember that. I was like, whoa, it's a little dirty there.
His brother is actually the Raiders' like defensive assistant, Rex Ryan. I don't know if you remember, he used to be defense coordinator for the Cowboys, Raiders.
He's also the head coach when he ever led the
Wait,
Jets.
Rex or Rob?
Rex Ryan's got the long gray hair.
No, that's Rob. That's Rob. Rex Ryan has the short.
Rob Ryan. I mean Rob Ryan. Yeah, Rob
Ryan.
Ryan's
That's what we're talking about.
Rob Ryan has the biggest gut I've ever seen in my life.
You said he did liposuction, but it didn't work.
Yeah, that's right. He did liposuction,
bro.
He tried to.
I gotta give that dude credit for his drinking, bro.
I remember
he's got to drink so much to be that big and like still robust. I
remember going to Vegas and being at some little place for breakfast, and it's this little restaurant. It was like not a fancy place, but we loved it. We used to go there, and it's across from where the Oria or whatever it is now, right? Area, sorry. And they had this Elvis impersonator there, and he had a gut that went like this,
Yeah.
Like one of those you could. And I was like, dude, I'll give credence to that guy because you got to work for a gut like that. Like that is like, that's 30 years of drinking, Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do want to say something real quick. I think Ryan Tannehill is finally coming into his own, though.
What?
In
my opinion.
He was terrible the first week.
He just beat the Chargers in overtime.
Everyone beats the
He had over 200 yards passing, no interceptions. No interceptions. That's a key word. No interceptions. Ryan Tannehill is back. Guarantee it. They are going to be able. They're not going to be an insane team, but they will be good enough. And Ryan Tannehill's not going to lose his job. He's going to keep his job. That notion went out the door with this
here's
win.
The thing: they got the Colts and the Texans. You would assume that's 4 wins. So that's maybe enough. They could be 9-8, 10-7, and sneak into the playoffs.
Right. What you guys think about Gardner Minshew though, man?
He's stank.
Damn,
I've always been a huge fan of him, bro.
I love Gardner Minshew, man.
Damn,
man. I would trade Kirk Cousins for the new era Case Keenum, aka Gardner Minshew, right now for the money, and then just build up the defense. Boom, Gardner Minshew is the shit, bro.
Mir, perfect example.
What's up? What's up, buddy?
The Jets should have signed Gardner Minshew.
That's true.
Back up, right now, and especially with that defense, that's a way better guy to have in there.
They should have signed him, or they should not have let go of Mike White.
Yeah, I didn't understand. See, I thought they were going to jettison Wilson and keep Mike White.
That's what I thought. Mike White performed better in his games than Zach Wilson did. Mike White was low-key a beast until he got fucked up.
Maybe it was because he's on a first-round contract and he makes a little bit of money. They couldn't trade Wilson and just have to. So with White, he was just a free agent. So they probably didn't want the embarrassment of cutting Wilson. I think that would be like.
Don't you want to win games at the end of the day, right?
Dude, they're just like look, that defense is good. The defense is
insanely good.
But the defense is good. They're probably going to win 7 games because of the defense. But dude, I
don't think that. I think they were winning like 4 or 5 with Zach Wilson.
They could because the problem is when your offense is that bad, the defense is going to kind of like be like, oh man, we can't do like. I don't know if you guys remember this, the year that Art Shell came back, coached the Raiders. And they had one of the worst offenses in NFL history. He was running the.
What year is this?
Like 2000.
My grandpa, Norm Chow.
2006. And they had the 3rd ranked defense in the league that year by yardage and first in passing yardage. But their offense was so bad. Like it was like they averaged like 10 points a game. Like it was like they went 2-14. It was like I don't know if you remember Nyamdi Asamoah. He played for the Eagles too.
The
cornerback. Yeah, he
Great
like led the
cornerback.
league in interceptions
Yeah, I
that
know
year.
you're talking about. Yeah,
Not
And the
me.
Raiders 2-14.
that was like what that's like mid 2000s, right?
2006. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he was like one of the best Raiders like in that era. Oh, he
Yeah,
was
from a
nasty.
crappy area of the last
Yeah.
20 years, that guy's maybe the best player we've had. You know?
Where do you guys put? Let's talk about the Eagles for a second because we're so good. So like the Eagles this year, where's you guys' expectations for the Eagles? Honestly,
I put them second in the NFC.
to 49ers.
Yeah, I got
Nope.
right
Yeah.
with the Niners.
No Cowboys.
I think they're 13 to 14 wins. That's
I
my
think
pick.
Dak Prescott's gonna fall the fuck apart in the playoffs or whatever he is. And
Look,
he
I
gets
mean,
to throw those
too.
interceptions.
I trust the Eagles a little bit, but dude, the
Yes,
Vikings aren't that good, honestly. Like they're good, but like the Eagles are supposed to be elite, you know. And I know you have injuries. We had a shitload of injuries, but
So till we get Maddox back and all of them back, bro, we'll be good.
guys,
Devontae
Prescott
Maddox,
hasn't had to.
Dude, he's a beast.
Prescott
No,
hasn't had to do anything the first two games. They've had blowouts. Their
Yeah.
defense
Yeah,
is
it's true.
They're going to play the Cardinals this week, so probably the same thing. And
Joshua Dobbs might turn up though. Who knows? We'll see.
I'm
dude,
looking
that's the
at
funniest thing.
Week
Oh, sorry,
5
am I
is
cutting out?
Cowboys Raiders in San Francisco. That's going to be the game where you're going to see Prescott be Prescott and throw a bunch of INTs.
Well, that's the thing. Like developing a team with like a really, really strong presence on one side of the ball, like Dallas did with their defense. I like that. You know,
Oh, I agree.
their offense is mid or whatever, but I mean, like I like Pollard a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
he
Tony
beat the
Pollard's
Vikings
a
like
beast.
47-0. You know, basically by himself as a running back last year. So, but I think that they're fine on offense and they have a good enough line on O line, and then their defense is nasty. You know, and I like those nasty defenses. And
Well, they
San
got 10
Francisco's
sacks
there.
in 2 games. Like they're like, you know, like they got Parsons and some guy I can't pronounce his name.
About nasty defenses, Steelers. What'd you guys think about that?
No, dude.
Damn,
the
that
Steelers-
defense though, man. Fuck. Did you watch?
No,
did you guys
man.
watch? You watched that game? I know you did, Chow. That defense
the
looked
end of
dirty,
it.
man.
I saw the
No,
third
man.
and fourth quarter.
Here's what I think. The
Defense looked dirty.
The defense had 2 big plays. The
Two. What?
No, the Steelers' defense is the last-ranked defense in the league against the run. It's Deshaun Watson sucks.
They fucked
dude.
them up. They fucked them up.
Deshaun Watson stinks.
You know,
You know?
here's my issue with you, ATP. You're too statistical, man. You gotta think outside the box.
No.
Once in no. But hang on, all right.
Browns
I think
still
both
scored.
teams' stocks dropped
You're like
after
the
that
family
game.
guy.
And I picked Pittsburgh as like my dark horse.
Thank you.
The problem with Pittsburgh, dude, is not their defense. Defense does come back. I do defense is the forced turnovers. They did that. The problem with Pittsburgh, dude, is that offense is horrid. Other than that one pass to the guy for the Perkins, it's disgusting how bad that offense is. You know, they're like really bad. You know,
Yeah.
like really bad. You know,
That defense, sorry. about
I
that.
guarantee you, like especially because the Raiders are going to have one of those rebounds.
Too busy eating good, but
blow
Yeah.
off losses. I guarantee you that defense is not going to like they're going to live off turnovers. They're letting up a lot of yards, you know.
Okay.
So, and Browns still scored 22 points even with 4 turnovers. Dude,
they did, yeah.
what about Deshaun Watson? That guy is horrid. Is that the worst trade in NFL history? 3 first-round picks for this pervert?
No.
Maybe it might be. We'll see.
He's only a pervert in the eyes of your everyday, like, oh. Dude,
Well,
I just think in fairness, I think he's a weirdo.
No.
everyone has their kinks. Everyone has their kinks. I don't judge him for that at all, honestly.
I know people think I'm a pervert because I date
18-year-olds or whatever the fuck they say.
22. Come on. Yeah.
but honestly, like they always say, like the
He goes, come on,
Walker,
man. Give me that
the
one.
Herschel Walker trade with the Vikings and the Cowboys was the worst trade of all time
Yeah, that was the worst trade of all time.
because the Cowboys got Troy Aikman.
Russell Maryland,
Yeah, Leon Lett, all everyone, Emmett Smith. You know, they
Emmitt
got all
Smith.
these picks, and then they
Emmitt Smith.
basically built a
Emmitt Smith
dynasty.
was the Vikings pick. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so like that might be the worst trade of all time, but then the Vikings rebounded pretty quick. You
yeah,
know,
they
like
did.
by
They
the
did.
late '90s, they were or mid '90s even, they were
Mid-90s,
back in the
man.
playoffs and
Dude,
playing
our
championships.
guy Rich Gannon was pretty good on the Vikings before. Then
Oh, dude, Rich Gannon's the man, bro. He
yeah.
lives like a couple miles from me, bro.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
Rich.
yeah. He's a
Yes.
G, bro.
Yeah, and you know what? Rich Gannon was a guy who paid his dues, and he waited a long time. You know, because he didn't become a real star until he's up for the Hall of Fame this year. Like
He
Really?
should be, bro.
Yeah.
He's a legend. Have you heard that famous story about Playboy or GQ or something doing a cover story about Rich Gannon?
I've not.
No, I haven't heard this. Yeah.
Okay, so they were like, I think it was like GQ or Playboy or something. They wanted to interview like good-looking men, and one of like the production assistants like was told that it was oh, it's a quarterback for Kansas City, but it was like in the off season when they were doing the photo shoot, and they traded. I think Gannon moved to Oakland around that time, or maybe it was like after the Oakland years. But basically the gist of the story is they went to shoot this guy like some photos of him and interview him about like why he's a G. And they accidentally interviewed Elvis Gerbach, who was like super ugly looking, you know?
Rich Gannon was a pretty good looking guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So like they like someone had like told this like production assistant like you got to go to Kansas City, you got to interview their quarterback. He's like a G, you know, and everything. And then they interviewed the wrong guy, basically. Fucking funny, bro. It's a famous story. You can look it up on.
There's another story about him quickly when he came to the Raiders. So the Raiders at that time, like they were kind of on the downswing after the late '80s. You know, they were off and on. They made a playoffs a few times with Haas or whatever, and then so they just come off a 4-12 season,
Right.
And they signed, and they were 8-8, and then they signed Gannon. And he saw this this room like we're the super read the super chats.
No. Yeah, tell.
Yeah, keep going.
So anyhow, they had a room, you know, like they have a lot of these things, like video games and pool table. And Rich Gannon was like, "F this crap is out of here, right? This is why you guys haven't been good in a long time." And you know, basically a few guys complained, and he said that was the first year he was there in '99, and they went 8-8. And then he said all the guys who complained the next year, they were off the team. And then in 2000, they went 12-4 and won the division. Yeah. So no, Rich Gannon was a hard ass. I think there's another story where John Gruden, you know, like in the office at like 4 a.m. watching game film, here's like this crap coming off the window, and it's Rich Gannon throwing rocks or like pebbles at the window. Said, "Hey, let me into the building. You know, I want to start training at 4:30 in the morning or whatever." You know,
dude, he was a G, bro. And actually, an amazing NFL. If you want to study one guy that you've never heard of, study Rich Gannon. He had an amazing career where he went from like something to nothing to something to nothing to MVP. You know, basically.
He played at Delaware, and I think the Patriots drafted him. And they won because he was an awesome athlete. That's why he was a good one of these running quarterbacks too.
Yeah.
And they wanted to change him to kind of like Jamie Foxx's character in Any Given Sunday. They wanted to change him to like a safety or something. And Rich Gannon was like, no, like I'm not doing that. So at the time, the Vikings had Tommy Kramer and Wade Wilson, like two good quarterbacks, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll get Rich Gannon to be the third stringer. He's super raw. And we'll develop him for 3-4 years behind these two guys, these two veterans. Dude, and then, he became like a pretty good quarterback. Right?
I hate how these. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys a question real quick, because this honestly kind of ticks me off whenever I hear this. Oh, we're gonna wait and develop them for a couple of years to 3 years, and then we'll get them on the field. When have you seen any motherfucker that actually say they're gonna fucking work with? That's a prospect. Actually put them on the field. Look at Trey Lance. Got dicked by the 49ers. He's gonna get dicked by the Cowboys. He'll never fucking start a game ever in his life. Guarantee it.
Not there.
I mean, like, name me a player in modern day NFL football for, let's say, from 2000 up, who was a project to point for like let's say 3 to 4 years that they said, well, we're going to try to just keep him around and whatnot.
Well,
just try to grow him.
Rodgers, that was his thing.
So
bro.
did Rodgers not start playing any games though beforehand?
Not for his first like 2 years.
Really? Okay, so Rodgers is one of them.
He was behind Favre, and it just
Jordan Love,
like,
I guess.
Yeah, Love is like the same thing, basically. Like he said,
let's face
waiting.
A child Kirk Cousins was a bit like that, you know.
Yeah,
like,
but I think he played a lot in his rookie year.
Yeah, who
I
was
think,
your QB?
But yeah, no. But I think he, you know, he was drafted in the same draft as RG3, but way more rounds later.
I think that works for like 4th, 5th rounders, you know, but I don't think that works for. I think these first rounders now, because especially with all the spread offense and it's so similar to college football, I think you'd rather just have them struggle their rookie year than do that now, you know. So for
Diggs was a 5th rounder.
Well, the guy we were talking about from Washington was a 5th rounder. Like, he's kind of like that. They just sat him. He played one game last year at the end of the season when they were it. So he could end up being like that. I think it's okay to do it the rookie year, but I think now in the NFL, if you're not ready by year 2, it's just not going to happen.
Really? You don't believe it?
Hey, Brady.
Look at Baker Mayfield though. Baker Mayfield.
But he was good from the.
He was good for 1 year. 1 fucking year, he was good.
So he was good.
He showed spurts of being good after that one great year they went to the playoffs.
Like people were repping Justin Fields, like, dude, he's never been good at anything.
You don't think that?
No.
Really?
He's lost 12 straight games.
Mir. The greatest of all time had that happen. Brady sat his rookie year and started his second year. So there you go.
Right. That's because the guy took injury, though. He probably would have sat longer.
No. I've read articles about it. Belichick said that because they were getting fed up with Bledsoe. He was throwing too many interceptions. He was 5-13 as a starter when Belichick was the coach. Brady had such a good preseason, that 2001 season. They were about to bench him for Brady anyhow.
So you think you just go from Justin Fields though? You put all your ducks in one basket. I mean, what do you do at this point?
Fields in a bad situation, man. The team is so bad. The coaches are bad. The offensive line is bad. Like, you tell me Mahomes wouldn't be Fields if he was on the Bears? You know, that coaching situation. Hurts. I liked Hurts out of college, but come on, if Hurts was on a really bad, if he was on a bad, franchise,
right?
I think Hurts is the kind of guy who would play terribly on a bad team.
Well, of course, because you don't have those foundational pieces cemented, so you can actually succeed. I mean, that's with anything, though. If you walk into a really bad situation, unless, dude, I mean, when was the last time in the past, let's say like 8 seasons, you see somebody come into a situation that's so horrid that you're able to elevate it instantly? I'm not gonna say Matthew Stafford because Jared Goff brought them to a Super Bowl, so the Rams are already solidified to some extent as being good. When was the last team a player came into a team and actually elevated them from nothing? Actually, I'll give you one. Tom Brady, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tom Brady, Tampa Bay. I was going to say that's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah.
That's the only one I can rip off the top of my head that actually came from somewhere.
Remember, the thing about Brady was too, like, again, the Bucs had a good team. They had a good defense. They had, they got Mike Evans and a bunch of good wide receivers. Right. But they had Jameis Winston throwing interceptions all over the place. Yeah. So they needed like Brady to kind of, and I think Baker's proven that now that they actually have a solid roster. It's just they need like a half decent quarterback.
So you're on the Baker train then.
I kind of like Baker, man. I like the way he plays.
You like the shake and bake?
He's so inconsistent though. Like, I watched him against the Raiders. I think it was in 2000. The Raiders went to Cleveland. It was like one of these days with 60 mile or 50 mile per hour winds. Right. And Baker it was just like sailing the ball. He couldn't hit anything. I think you look at the box score of that game, he was like, whatever, like 6 for 20 or something. So I just find he's really up and down. I don't know what you guys think. I think like last week, he'll have games like that where he's super hot and on. and then he'll have games where he can't hit the broadside of a barn.
I mean, who are they playing this week? Let me check real quick.
Dude, he wasn't even that good against the Vikings, to be honest.
Jesus Christ, this dude in the Vikings.
It was just turnovers. It was like 4 turnovers.
Turnovers. No, I saw that. I watched the game.
And they lost by 3. The Vikings lost by 3 at home.
Hey guys,
and he had like 1 or 2 good drives, but also he got beat up, and our defense isn't even good.
Baker's playing us this Monday.
Well, he's gonna lose.
Yeah,
and then he's playing at the Saints. Saints going to be an interesting game the week after. Yeah.
So, do you guys have any? Let's start doing our picks though. What's your guys' picks?
I'll go first. Okay,
yeah, you go first, buddy.
I'm going to pick the Raiders because we're at home, and I think.
Jesus Christ, you and the goddamn Raiders, man! I swear to God.
Are we going to have 3 teams?
The Raiders are -1. The following week when they play the Chargers, I'm going to pick the Chargers, just so you know. So I'm not going to. I'm going to stop.
But you're picking the Raiders or the Steelers?
Because they're at home, and I think they're going to rebound after one of those blowout losses. And
Steelers looks good.
And then I'm going to take but you're not going to get 2 touchdowns every week on defense, dude. You know?
I know, but they're still going to fuck them up probably.
And then I'm going to take one. Let me go. I don't even know yet. I'm taking the Vikings over the Chargers. And what's the Eagles line? What's the line on the Eagles game?
I'm not too sure.
Let's go look.
You'd have to look that up real quick.
Sorry, bro. I'm slipping on the producing. This mic thing's got me fucked up.
No, you're good, man.
Bucks, Eagles, Bucks. Online. I'm looking at it right now.
What are the Vikings, dude?
The Chargers are -1. I'm taking the Vikings.
Wait, Chargers -1?
Eagles are 6.5 my favorite. I'm going to take the Eagles.
Wait, Chargers are -1 on the road?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, just so you know, for the picks, just so everyone knows, you two guys are both 3-2-1, and I'm 2-3-1. That's the records. I kept track of it.
You're keeping track good because I have no idea where I'm at.
Dude,
now.
you're a king, bro.
I have no idea where the fuck I'm at right now.
I've been keeping track, but it's like in my mind, you know.
I have I literally have no idea where I'm at.
I have a stupid statistical nerd mind, so I remember numbers, you know.
So we've all been all right, you know.
So who have you picked so far? Since you're so, you got that nerd.
Our division picks are looking good. I think
everyone I can't
liked a lot. At least who I liked a lot has been all right, but
yeah. Well, hey, we want to talk about the game. Well, tonight it's Niners Giants. The Niners are going to kill them. So
yeah, is that tonight?
That's tonight, and Barkley.
Yeah, Brock Purdy's going to tear up, dude.
Yeah, Barkley's out too. So
I do want to have a take on you guys real quick. Oh, go ahead, Dr. Chop. Before I say anything,
Where is it?
It's in San Francisco. Actually, just a quick comment on that. Do you think that? I think that's wrong for those Thursday night games. I think Thursday night games should be local games because you got to travel all that distance
divisional
on a short week. Not divisional, but like I don't know. The Giants can play the Patriots. Like it's got to be like
something within that area.
Yeah. Eagles, Steelers, Eagles,
that
Jets,
region.
Region. Because I just think making a team travel the whole country on a short week like that.
Dude, that's why I was slagging on Jacksonville early because they have 2 games over in England this year.
They do?
So I'm like, yeah, they do.
Oh, shit. Hang on.
So
okay.
I didn't like that. When I heard that, I was like, I don't like that, bro. So, like, that's why I was kind of slagging on them. I think they're fine, but who is this troll?
Ian Hawk's marriage. I love it.
Yeah, that Lindoria dude is he's a Birds fan, bro.
I know, a good man. He is a good man. I respect it. But either way, I do want to get into something with you two real quick because I heard rumblings that Chad Zumach's football show's better than ours from fans, from multiple people. I just want to get your guys' take on his football show because I haven't watched it yet. Could I get a take on it by any chance, or do you guys have not watched it yet?
I saw the first episode, but I was kind of bummed, and it was so disorganized. Like it's like this. It's basically the same, but ours is better, you know. So like that's my honest take, and I love you, Chad, bro. You know, you're a king, bro. You're General Z, bro. But
Get your
Can't
show
mess with us,
together,
bro.
You need,
Yeah,
you need to get us on your show.
can't get on this level, bro.
There you
Let's
go.
go.
There you go.
Let's go.
There you go. Flex that
Dude,
Vikings
you
stuff.
got those melting arms.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
I mean, they're long though, so.
So, Dr. Chow, what are your takes? What are your picks for this week, man? So ATP, say yours again so I can remember them.
I'm going Eagles, Raiders, and Vikings.
Gotcha. Okay. Eagles,
Are
Raiders,
the
and
Eagles
Vikings.
are the Eagles home or away? I can't remember.
We
that.
are away.
Away. So
Yeah,
that's good.
6
So
and a half.
I want to go with one away team. The Raiders and Vikings are home. So that's good.
Give yours, Mir. I gotta look up the lines.
Here's the
Yeah.
big. Let him look it up. I got a
Yeah,
big.
I'm gonna look at mine real
You
quick.
went to
So-
Chicago. You're a
well,
Philly guy.
I'm gonna look. I want to be safe on one because I actually want to get a win.
And you gotta do tonight's pick too as a bonus.
Okay, yeah, okay. So yeah, ATP,
Go
do your
Niners.
tonight pick. Do your tonight pick real quick.
I'm going Niners. They're gonna win by 30.
Oh,
They might.
no faith in Saquon Barkley and the Daniel Jones duo.
No,
All right.
Barkley's out, man. Barkley's out.
He's out. I didn't see that. He's
sprained his
out.
ankle. So
Shit. Okay. So Daniel Jones is all by himself. Okay. All right. So
Oh,
I'm gonna
Vikings
go
is a pick.
as my pick for tonight. I'm going Niners. Definitely. Brock Purdy's insane right now. He's hot. There's no stopping him in that fucking offense. There's no fucking way. And that defense is elite too. There's no fucking way you're stopping that team. So I'm going 49ers. I'm going to be a little controversial with one of my picks, but first I'm going to go something easy. I'm going to take Ravens at home because I need a dub. That should be pretty easy. Actually, no, forget the Ravens. I'm going to go Browns over Titans. I don't think Tannehill is going to have it at home against Cleveland. So I'm going Cleveland right against the Titans. And then my last one, I'm going to go I'm going to do something controversial. Actually, are we doing 3 or are we doing 2?
do whatever
It
you
doesn't
want,
matter. You
man.
can pick as many as you want.
Okay, I'm gonna do
And,
2. I'm gonna do 2 more then.
But
I'm
then
gonna do-
pick up. Make sure you pick the Vikes and the.
Remember the rules are mere the 3 games that count are our 3 teams. But you
Okay.
can pick
Oh, I
other
got you. Shit. Okay.
But,
yeah,
but throw
my
out
bad.
more picks. I like that.
Throw
I
more
like
picks,
that. Throwing
man.
out more picks. I'm looking at the lines right now.
Okay, I'll
Lose
do
the
my
game-
picks. I got Eagles
lose
against the
gambling addict
Buccaneers.
your money. Oh, sorry.
I got Steelers against the Raiders. I'm sorry, buddy. There's no fucking way that your Jimmy Garoppolo is gonna be able to handle that defense.
Okay, man, that's fine. The Steelers have the worst run defense in the league.
We'll see.
Jacobs will go off this game,
We'll see what happens.
even though he's fat.
Chargers and Vikings. God damn, that's a really hard pick, man. God, I don't know how
Same
you
with
just chose it so quickly.
The Steelers and Raiders is a hard pick too.
No, it's not.
It's tough.
Steelers. If you watched, I know you did. That Steelers defense, not JJ Watt, but his brother TJ Watt, fucking tearing it up, dude, with his other
Yeah, but
buddy.
the
I think it's
interior
Armstrong or
of the-
something.
The
Fuck.
interior of their line is really bad. Like you can run against them. You know,
Good luck.
Where's Hayward at, bro?
Hayward's out. That's part of the reason their interior of their line is not very good.
I'm going Steelers, buddy.
And
I'm
Deontay
going-
Johnson is out
That
too.
PA pride right there. I'm going Steelers.
And the only thing that's going to hurt the Raiders, and this is the problem with playing in Vegas, half that stadium is going to be Steeler fans. So that's that's going to be a problem, right? But was weird. I don't know if you watched that Steeler Niner game week 1.
I did not know.
It's so weird in the NFL. Like Steeler fans travel so well, right?
Yes.
There were tons of Niners fans at that Steelers.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, Niners fans
Fun.
travel the best.
You know?
I've gone to NFL games and I've been to some Niners games on road territory. I think I've been to a couple at Soldier Field and a couple in Minnesota. And dude, they Niners fans are like
What's going to be
They're
crazy?
bro.
above. They're
What's going to
like,
be crazy for the next 2 weeks for the Raiders is that when
What's
they're
that?
in Vegas, it's
Yeah.
going to be almost like a away game with all the Steeler fans there.
yeah.
But then the next week when they play the Chargers in LA, it's like a Raiders home game. It's all Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so like fucked up, you know.
Hang on. Let me finish my picks though. So I got here you go. Got Steelers over Raiders. I got Eagles over Buccaneers and the Vikings Chargers game. You know what? Real quick, Dr. Chow.
Yeah.
Why should I pick the Vikings over the Chargers at this point? Justin Herbert. Just do Justin Herbert versus Kirk Cousins. Why?
I mean, Kirk Cousins is actually equal or if not better than Herbert's all hype, bro. He has been for like 2 years now.
Okay.
Like until he starts winning the game, like
He doesn't
he's
win those
nothing.
close games. Now, is that their coach? 'Cause I hate that.
And that's the thing. Like their organization is muddy and it's
Right.
bad.
I'm gonna go Vikings because you guys got that insane wide receiver core, and I know Kirk Cousins can throw for 200, 300 fucking yards with multiple touchdowns.
Oh, that's another thing.
That
It's a
might
home
lead to
game.
win.
It's a home game.
Right.
If they lose, then they're gonna. It's over for both teams. So I guess it is a huge
This is
game.
huge.
But I'm gonna take the Vikings too.
Guys, another thing about that game is the Chargers, after 2 weeks, their defense is horrid. You know, like they're I'm looking at it now, Chargers defense is 30th in points allowed and 32nd in yards. So
well, their secondary's beat up, but also I mean like Mac is old now.
Mac stinks, the most overrated player ever.
Dude, you don't like Mac? He's my old mate. He's my old
Khalil
neighbor,
Mack.
bro.
Khalil Mack is a beast, bro.
Literally lived like 5 houses from him.
Dude,
He's a G.
Dude, go look at him. No, but look at him again. You guys, you know he has not double-digit stats or sacks. Sorry, since 2018.
I know. I've seen the stats. But you never know. This year might be his year.
Though.
It might be his year.
He's got 0 after 2 games, and he's got Bosa.
They got Bosa. Yeah, Bosa. Yeah, Bosa's dope, right?
Bosa's hard, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm worried about both those guys. It's like the same thing I mentioned earlier about having like PTSD about like certain players. I've seen Mac fuck up the Vikings so many times.
It might be one time.
Bears,
exactly. It might be that one thing with Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
No, fuck the Vikings. I'm gonna
like,
go hard this game.
It's a throwback to like where I'm just like, I've played here before and I've had 4 sack games, you know.
Let's turn up again. Why not?
Yeah.
Let's go
Here's
hard.
what Mac does. I know from like him being on the Raiders for those years.
Yeah.
He's not one of those guys that's 1-2 sacks every game. He'll get like this monster 3-4 sack game and then not have sack for like 4 games. Like that's kind of the way he is.
I know.
So maybe
I've seen too many of those.
And he's 0-2 right now. He's no sacks.
You know,
this might be the game he gets the sacks.
MVP of the game is Khalil Mack.
So, but if I ever get Stu, my buddy from that used to play for the Raiders, on, they have a new defensive coordinator. They got rid of the other guy, the Chargers. This new defensive coordinator looks like crap. Then, you know, no, they had a Aldo Hill. He used to be a cornerback for the Finns. My buddy Stu Schwager used to. Raiders loved Ronaldo. They got rid of him, and now the defense is even worse. You know, so yeah.
All right, so I got my picks. I'm going to say them right now real quick for you guys. I got Vikings over Chargers because I'm a Dr. Chow fan, and I believe in the Vikings with their wide receiver core and their QB. Their O-line, I don't know, but we'll see. Their D-line, I have faith in. And then I got the Eagles because no matter what, every fucking week I'm going for Eagles. I don't give a fuck who they're playing. We're always going to fucking win. Trust me on that. And then I'm sorry, ATP, but I'm going Steelers over Raiders.
I don't care. Everyone's going.
Yes, you do. You know what? I'm sorry. I'll give you a gift basket. I'll mail it in the mail. Some Steeler gear.
That last game is hard. Because it's Sunday night, right?
Sunday night,
yeah. Sunday night. Oh, it's going to be a good game.
Fuck yeah, it's going to be a game, you know? And it's in Vegas.
I never
we should go, bro.
I never like East Coast teams traveling west after a short week, or West Coast teams traveling east after a short week. I never liked that, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So.
All right. So Mega G, what are your picks for the week, man? We haven't asked you yet.
I'll take. I'm trying to decide if I'm going with Lil Mir or ATP. You had basically your only switch was
the Raiders game.
The
Raiders game is the only switch,
and that's the one I'm kind of up in the air about. I'm going to take the Vikings and the points they're getting at home. I'm going to take
Eagles.
The Eagles.
Good man.
To cover against what was that game?
It's
again?
only 6.5.
It's Tampa Bay. I think it's in Tampa Bay.
No, it's the Eagles is 5 right now.
5? Okay, so it's 5. Okay,
the Eagles at Tampa Bay.
A lot.
Eagles are playing Tampa Bay.
For 5,
it's an evening game too. Maybe my VPN's all fucked up.
Take Eagles, bro. Trust me, you'll regret if you don't take the Eagles.
Dude, you know what's cool about doing this? If one guy falls behind, he'll just have to start picking the opposite at the end of the year.
Yeah, and that's not fair. So we should probably like submit our picks like
Nah, this is
independently.
funner this way, dude.
But yeah, no, I'll take the like Tampa's underrated, but I think that's why the line's moved. But I'll take the Eagles.
Good man.
To cover
no.
-5.
The Vikings are actually -1.5. It's changed.
Whoo!
I'm on Vegas.
Is Davenport not playing?
I'm on Vegas. I'm on Vegas Insider. Some of the sports books have -1 and some -1.5. We're gonna make it easier for us, so we're taking -1.
you set the odds, but holy fucking shit, bro.
I know it's hard pick, man. This is hard.
Actually, the Raiders have actually moved up to -2.5. I'm still gonna take them.
God damn, bro. Damn, you are a Raiders fan, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm taking Steelers. I'm taking Steelers, Eagles, and Vikings.
Dude, I'm in third place. I need to move up, and I need to move
up. You need something.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm going against the Raiders week 4. I think they're, regardless of what the Chargers do this week, they're gonna lose to the Chargers.
What's your guys' wild pick for the week? I think I
said mine.
What's your wild pick for the week? This is just for fun. What's your wild pick for the week?
You know what? I'll take the Colts +8 against the Ravens. I'll say that Minshew is going to keep them in the game. It'll be a 1-score.
Oh shit! All right, that's a good analogy. Okay.
Yeah. I still think the Ravens will win, but I'll take the Colts to cover. You know. I think the Falcons +3 against the Lions is interesting too.
Yeah, that could be a good game. Ritter, dude, against Goff. Oh. Honestly, I'm gonna take I'm taking Titans over Browns. I think Titans are coming back into Ryan Tannehill is gonna come back here in that game.
The Finns are only 6.5 point favorites at home to the Broncos. Yeah. I think they're gonna kick the shit out of the Broncos at home in that heat in Miami. Yep. You know, their home opener. I think that's a good bet too. You know.
No, I'm taking Titans over what's their faces because Ryan Tannehill, man, that 1 week was. We'll forget about it. We'll just move forward, and he did. He got a dub, and now he's gonna get another dub. He could probably be 2-1, baby.
Dude, I'm taking the Bears, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah, +12.5.
FBI.
Who are they playing? Who are they playing?
Chiefs.
KC.
Oh my god. Yeah. No, you're not. What are you doing?
They're at home, bro. They're at home. And they're getting 12 points.
Soldier Field, Chi-Town, baby.
One thing about KC, though, their offense does not look good through 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I think KC will win, but 12.5 for the Bears at home. All their games are always like 4 to 7 points, you know.
Dude, they're going to get fucked up. Trust me.
I don't know, bro. Like, I think they're not. I think it could be like a slow game, and it could be like low scoring. You know how like that field is sometimes. Yeah. It's like one of those like places where you play, you always underperform even your mid expectations on offense. Like every team like goes there and like gets like 10 points.
But ATP, real quick, what time did you get your Leeds game start at?
No, that was yesterday. I'm cool, man. I can do whatever.
Oh shit, you're good. Okay, so
you said you wanted to talk about something else, not football related, before we got on the air. Can you remember that now, or?
Oh, dude, I'm so fucked up. I don't
too many glasses of wine in.
I mean, I'm like 5 in right now, man. I haven't had breakfast yet.
Because the first interview you did, we were talking about Ukraine and stuff. If you want, we'll get off of this bit.
I don't want to do Ukraine right now. I can't get into the political shit right now. But
I'll just make this cut. Zelensky's going to BlackRock to raise money to rebuild.
No, he's not going to BlackRock.
Yes,
right
he
now.
is.
No, he's not. There's no fuck. Oh, dude. Oh my god, dude. So I got a buddy who's from former Yugoslavia, so he hates U.S. NATO, but he was talking to me.
I'm Bosnian. My grandfather's from Bosnia.
So. Yeah, you know, my buddy hates because they destroyed his country and shit. You know.
Was he Serbian?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they destroyed his country and shit, Yugoslavia, because Yugoslavia was an amazing country before USA hopped in there and decided to tear it apart because you can't have that.
I don't know how amazing it was. My grandfather used to talk a lot of crap.
You need dysfunction in the Eastern European sector in the bloc. But what I was saying was, He was telling me the guy from Wagner was shot down and killed, possibly by a Russian. Did you hear about that? The
Yeah,
leader
totally.
for dude, he told me about that last week. I was like, because I haven't been following it all. I was like, God damn, like it was like a public execution almost.
But dude, the Wagner guy was an idiot. You don't try to like do a coup against Putin and then go, "Oh, I made a mistake." You know, you don't got long to live.
Well,
You know, after
like
that-
he gave him clemency, didn't he? And then he was asking him, and then he was going to go
Come
to.
on, you know about Trotsky, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, like he escaped to Mexico, and Stalin still hunted him down. These
Right.
Russians, Russia's a whole different animal when it comes to stuff like that, man. Like you know, party like a Russian, whatever the song is, you know, like you don't mess with those Russians, especially those political Russians. And it don't matter if it's Putin, the old commies, the czars. It's like a hardcore place when it comes to that, you know?
Yeah, it was very interesting. I was kind of half laughing at it, but I was like, oh, whatever, you know. But it was just very interesting to see. But either way, I do want to get a take on you real quick with the Premier League because you're a Premier fan, correct?
Yeah, that's my second sport. Like, really, the only two sports I watch are soccer and all Premier League. I don't really watch the other, you know, Spain.
You don't watch NBA or FIBA?
FIBA was cool. Canada made the semifinals.
Dude, Germany, man, USA's garbage.
Dude, it was great watching Lithuania and Germany. That was great, man.
Yeah, Serbia turned up.
Yeah, Serbia. Yeah. Serbia beat Canada in the semi. The only reason I didn't want Canada to win, though, because Trudeau is such a prick, right? He just flies around the world, even though he's Mr. Climate Change guy, right? Big hypocrite. And he was in Asia. He was at the Serbia-Canada game. And I'm like, if Canada goes to the finals and wins that game, he's going to be there doing all the photo ops. So until Trudeau's gone, and I think he'll be gone in 2025, he's way down in the polls. He's going to get slaughtered that election.
Yeah.
Until Trudeau is gone, I don't want Canada winning anything because it's just a photo op for Trudeau because he's the ultimate. Actually, me and Ray were talking about narcissism on his podcast on the weekend. Trudeau is the ultimate narcissist. So I want that guy. Like, you know, I don't want Canada winning because I don't want to see him taking credit for it.
No, I do want a hot take with you real quick. You know what? Maybe Dr. Chow knows something about this because he has Saudi Arabian ties.
Yes.
Judging by his headpiece. So
yes.
I heard.
How many hats do you have, man?
What?
How many hats does Chow have? Like, I don't even have a hat living in the Bahamas.
Only like 2 or 3, honestly. I just filtered through them. Actually,
Well,
like that one.
Hey, look at my hair, dude.
Like one of my
hat
kids.
don't fit on this. Yeah.
Yeah, we can take it off.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys talk for a second. Give me 1 second.
Dirty Delish loves you guys.
Oh yeah, she's
Dirty
good.
Delish.
Yeah, you're a big fan of her, of course.
Well, yeah, you know my nickname's Porno Dave. So.
yeah, of course.
Oh my god.
Did you ever
You're
like? I don't want to
connoisseur.
talk about Melton, but just that the whole thing that went on with her and that Ian Hawke guy on his
Oh,
show.
God. Yeah.
I remember that. I like that. That's actually one of the things that soured me on Melton because I thought that whole thing was his stupid Discord room, and I was like, these people are like trailer trash. You know, like I was.
Dude,
like,
I was in there like fucking running shit, bro. And then I got booted. It was
because I was
fucking
like,
funny, bro. I was like trolling all these soys, bro.
they'd
They'd get
this
so
was,
fucking mad. They'd email them. They'd get all like butthurt and be like, dude, Dr. Child's like, he's messing with me. He's saying I'm a fake. You know, and they'd email like this.
I was
The
like-
biggest soys.
I was really well disciplined that night. I just sat there and listened to it. I was like, this is like Jerry Springer. Like, it's so bad. It was like entertaining, but I was like, this is like a joke this community's got going on here, you know? And then like Ian Hawke was trying to follow me. I'm like, get out of here. So like that guy's the worst. Like
No,
He tried
dude, I was
shitting-
tight with that dude, but yeah,
he tried shitting on me. He's a fucking soy bitch.
He is, bro. And yeah, that's the funniest thing ever. Like that whole story between
all that. It was
that inspired me to actually write the blog of like the top 10 shows of the week because that show was so crazy. I was like,
it was
I made a ranking system and
Yeah.
it was because of Ian Hawke being a fool with DD, and it was
Oh,
the
he was
funniest fucking
like,
shit.
look, I know we've all talked a little bit, some personal stuff or about our lives or whatever, but
Yeah.
he was like this whole thing with marriage, and I was like, oh my god, this guy,
Yeah.
like, yeah, it was. I kind of
No,
felt
I mean,
sorry
like,
for him. But
I mean, peace be to both of them. I've made peace with both of them to some extent, so it's kind of like whatever. But that was one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time.
And by the way, I like Dirty Delish. I've seen some of the stuff she's written in the chat, so I'm fine with her. Like, you know, so I didn't she get booted from Mountain's like chat rooms and stuff from because of all that stuff happened.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Probably.
I know he was promoting her birthday and all that weird shit, but that's all I.
Anyhow, it was
know
just
what he's
I
up to.
agree with you. It was like a real. I have to say, as much as like we crap on Mountain, like that show that I was kind of enthralled with it. I was like, you know, so
Yeah, DD's playing the game. She's dang.
Yeah.
It was a very sad thing to see a man fall apart that quickly. I was very disturbed by it, losing his family, basically, losing any aspect of, I would say, respect that he barely had hinging on, and just lose it all just like that. It was sad to see, and I wish him the
was.
best. And he tried coping by shitting on me because I had her on as a guest, interviewed her.
He was crapping on me in the MLC chat. You know,
Dude, I felt like shit when I saw it, bro. Like at first, I was like, dude, I hit him up and I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, don't listen to Melt. I can tell you what I told him. It was like, I was like, dude, don't listen to Melton get divorced over some like chick on the internet, bro. Like, because Melton's like, oh, maybe you should. It was like the weirdest drama ever.
yeah, I
was
agree.
like, I was like, dude, like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, just chill. You know,
And it's like we all like, dude, I've made because I'm still I've got a girlfriend now, but like, you know, I've been a lifetime bachelor and I've done some really stupid things over girls and been scammed. And, you know, we talk about it in Donnie's video, I got that one chick who was like the total, like, like using the fake pictures on the dating sites. And, I told Dr. Chow, and I'll tell the story one day on here. Like,
No, tell it right now. Why not right now?
no, I want to say,
Yeah.
okay, I'll do it. So, I was on a dating
right.
site and I'm friends with this girl now, believe it or not.
Okay.
It's a crazy story. And she's like really good looking girl, right?
Right.
And she was supposed to come see me in the Bahamas, and she started giving me the sob story that like, oh, I'm going to college and my dad doesn't have the money and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, look, we don't know each other that well, but this isn't like just some random scam. Like I talked to this chick, video, FaceTime with her, whatever. I talked to her for a while. Right. And I was stupid and I sent her some of the cash. Right.
Yeah.
And then she didn't come to the Bahamas. And then all of a sudden she's partying at a mansion in Barcelona. Right. And I go look to where I sent the money to. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like not a school. This is the account for this mansion in Barcelona. I got a lawyer and sued her and said, this was a total scam. It's like a fraud. You know?
Shit. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she's just a screwed up girl. Like she's a rich girl from, from Spain. Right.
Okay.
And I'm friends with her now. And then she kind of she's paying. Anyhow, long story short, she's paying me back the money. Like I had a contract signed. I turned that money into a loan, and she's paying me back. But it's just like it was one of the craziest things I'd ever been through. I was just like, because it wasn't just one of the. I was stupid, like a random scam. Right. It was like this girl I've been talking to for quite a while, and it was during COVID. It was lockdowns, and you couldn't go anywhere. So I was probably just stupid and lonely because
I know, I guess. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Back in 2020.
Yeah, and I'd made a bunch of money in the market and whatever. So
you're like, why not splurge it a little bit on a couple of females?
Yeah, and a hot girl. But it's the craziest story. Like that's the bare minimum details. And I'm telling you, now I'm friends with her. Like she writes me. She lives in actually we're talking about Chicago. She lives in Chicago right now. Right?
She lived like in the city or in the suburbs, because I hate when people say I'm from Chicago, but they're not from Chicago.
She's like in the city,
So real quick, who David? You know who you remind me of? Tom Cruise in Cocktail. That's who you remind me of.
You know what's cool about that, which I'm fine with, is I love Elizabeth Shue. That was like my favorite actress of all time growing up. in Cocktail and Leaving Las Vegas, she's like the hottest girl like ever, Elizabeth Shue. And The Saint. Right. I don't know, it got bad reviews. I love The Saint. The one with her and Val Kilmer. That's a great movie. Yeah, it's in Russia too, actually. It's a cool movie. So
who are some of your favorite dimes of all time, bro?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Like I dated or like
no, just like either or, like as a connoisseur of fine women, like
Elizabeth Shue, like I just said.
She's dank.
She just died recently. Raquel Welch back in the 60s.
Oh, dude, she's legendary. Yeah, like some of those you got some old photos of her, don't you?
I don't know what happened. I had this T-shirt sitting here. I put it in my room. Jane Fonda and Barbarella. I got a next time we're on next week, I'll wear it. I got a Barbarella T-shirt with Jane Fonda, like in the movie on it. And I don't know if you know this story, but Duran Duran, the band.
Yeah.
That's how they got the name. That the bad guy in the Barbarella movie is named Duran Duran, so that's where the name came from for the band. Yeah. So, so I love Raquel Welch. I don't know if you ever seen A Shot in the Dark. Again, it's an old movie with Peter Sellers. It's one of the Pink Panther movies. Elkie Summer in the movie. She's like dynamite. Yeah, she's awesome. And what's that one Bond movie with Roger Moore, The Spy Who Loved Me? It was the chick. She was married to the drummer from the Beatles. I'm gonna look at it right now.
Ringo Starr.
Barbara Bach. She was like totally gorgeous back in the day. And I'm a Star Wars fan. Carrie Fisher, in the uniform, in the outfit. Dude. Sorry, in Return of the Jedi.
Dude, it's so funny you say that because my son was going through all these like baseball cards of mine, and he found a Star Wars card, and it was like a toy or something, and it like pulled out, and it was her like in the bikini thing. And I was like, holy shit, But I always thought she was kind of mad.
Well, she didn't age well. She had a lot of drug and alcohol problems.
That's when she died, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really what. Well, no, it was like the after effect. She wasn't drinking at and then and actually my favorite movie of all time is Dr. Zhivago, back in the 60s, about the Russian Revolution. Julie Christie in that movie is like a 10, like awesome in that movie.
Okay.
Oh, here you go. There's somebody back in the day.
Yeah.
Catherine.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Now, actually, I think the best chick now is that blonde girl, the one that was in The Wolf of Wall Street. She's the Barbie girl, the girl from Australia.
God, dude, my girl loves her too. Maggie something.
Margot Robbie.
Yeah,
Margot Robbie.
Dude, people love her for some reason.
Right, she's beautiful, man. So, dude, but Hollywood's gotten away from all that. Now it's all woke crap, and we got to have ugly people in movies, and what the hell?
What's wrong with that? Ugly people are good actors too.
No, man, come on.
Who are some of your favorite?
You want to see good-looking people,
Yeah, but who are some of your favorite up and coming adult actors?
Dude, I don't. I got a girlfriend. I give you. I don't know.
Dirty Dalish.
Oh yeah, obviously. What are the best?
5 million views, she said on Twitter or something like that. She posted.
Queen.
Yeah, respect.
Yes.
Dude, I don't really like the modern kind of porn stuff. It's like why is there this obsession with stepsister stuff? I don't get it. That doesn't do it. It's weird.
Dude, that's just your algo, bro.
That's your algo. Watch amateur porn. That's way better, bro.
No, that I don't know. But I think it's weird. Like I don't care about that crap at all. It's weird to me,
No, you're just not looking in the right places, bro.
I mean, what site do you go to for porn, honestly?
X videos, I guess.
X videos. You don't go to Pornhub, man, or every other normal person goes to.
Is Canadian guys.
That's what?
It's Canadian, like Canadian guy.
Yeah.
Did that site. Right? So
that.
I mean, if you want to watch the best amateur porn, go to Pornhub, man.
No, it's because I was reading business news. I'm serious. It wasn't. It was just that the Pornhub guy sold out for like a lot of money. The guy,
Really?
the OnlyFans guy is making so much money. Actually, my best recent girl, I have to say, is Caitlin Bell, because she was the one who offered Jimmy G lifetime free sex.
Jimmy
She's not a
G.
type of MILF. She's like
Oh,
30.
he's your quarterback now.
Yeah. She lives in Vegas and she works, I think, at the Chicken Ranch or something. And she offered Jimmy G free sex for life.
Dude, you need to go to Vegas, bro.
No, I used to go all the time. I haven't been in a long time though.
You need to go like next week, bro.
I heard Vegas
We gotta
is
go
like a
Mountain
shithole now.
Studio. Us three, we'll show
Vegas
up
is
at
starting to
Mountain
become like LA. I
Studio.
heard.
No, I'd be down to do that
It's
for real. To go do a show, we could get a guest there.
We'll go to Mountain Studio. I'll hit him
We'll
up.
go to Mel Studio. No, but I heard Vegas is low-key not what it used to be. It's just like a old fucking thing that people try to go to. It hasn't been rejuvenized at all. It's kind of just not worth going anymore.
I follow a Raiders beat writer named Hondo Carpenter. He writes for SI, and he's probably the best guy who covers the team. And he wrote something on Twitter like a few months ago, like I don't know if you've been to the Fashion Mall. That's like, that mall's right on the strip and it's across from the Wynn. And I've been there a million times. There's a great sushi place called Raw there, right?
Yeah.
Anyhow, he was talking about like his wife was walking through there, and this is like an upscale mall, and like whatever, got like assaulted and robbed by two guys, like almost in broad daylight. Like, what the hell is going on?
Like I just heard the strip is just falling apart. No one's really going anymore. And it's just like, because back in the 60s and 70s, it was run by the mob or something like that.
When it was good.
That was good. And then it kind of fell apart in the 80s. In the 90s and 2000s, they rejuvenized it for family orientation vibes. Like, you could bring your kids here now. It's more for, it's more kid friendly. But now it's like 2 decades later, it's just falling apart again, and no one really wants to go anymore. So like,
I'm a huge Hunter Thompson fan. You ever read Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
No, sir.
You got to read it, man. The movie's pretty good. They did a pretty good job, but the book is one of the best books ever.
But Vegas is just, in my opinion, and I've looked at, I've never been there. I've heard stories of people going there, and just now recently, modern day, it's just not what it was, because they tried to, like I said, rejuvenate, make it so you could bring your family there. And before that, it was the mobsters were running it. But now it's just, what's the point of going there? There's nothing new. It's all old shit. They're not adding more shit to it to make it interesting. It's just, why go to Vegas at this point? Why not gamble on your phone instead of gambling there?
Before he died, I think he died in 2005 or so, Hunter S. Thompson, he went back to Vegas.
Yeah.
And he went back during that era you're talking about. And he was like, this sucks now. Like, this is like all corporate. It's like, it's like whatever. I like the little strip in old Vegas better. That's where the Golden Nugget is and stuff like that.
Why not go to AC?
I've been out there a handful of times.
I don't want to go.
No, AC is way worse.
I know.
No,
AC,
Vegas is way better.
Horrible.
Dude, at least Vegas has nice weather. It's like warm and it's the desert, so it's fine. But like, if you want to go gamble or whatever, it's like what? Vegas or Phoenix, they're like the same thing basically.
Why can't you just gamble on your phone though? What's the?
I want to go gamble. In person, I can go to Atlantis. I can go to Baja Mar and Nassau. It's like 15 minutes.
Like, buddy, you can ATP. David, you can just. That's what your name says on your thing, but David, you can just gamble on your fucking phone to be on a beach.
It's a vibe. You got to go to Vegas at least once, bro.
I've been there once and it sucked. I lost like $400. I was like, okay, now what are we gonna do?
I went like
it was just mid.
I went like
I was like, all right, there's no crazy shit going on. There's no fun shit. And the concerts there fucking suck. When I went, it was garbage.
Duran in Vegas. Actually, we're talking about Duran. I saw Duran in Vegas. It was great.
I don't want to watch Duran at Vegas. All right, if I'm gonna go to Vegas, because I'm younger, I want to see someone like Ghost Main. A little bit.
I'm old, so I don't.
Team Sesh. Who knows?
Yeah. So. I don't, dude. I'm good.
I don't know, dude.
Some Xavier Wolf.
Dude,
I don't like to gamble anymore. I used to to play cards all the time, but
I loved it.
Like 15 years ago, the casinos were different, bro. They had like single deck, blackjack, and they had different games that were like very incentivized. Where you could actually like
win some money,
have an edge at least. So it was like, if you wanted to like. I had a buddy who lived out there, so I'd go out there and play poker and all that type of shit.
Right.
It was back when like the poker boom was going on,
Yeah.
Hey, Chow, part of the reason I didn't want to go to the AC event was not just because Melton was there, which was the main reason, but was because basically I don't gamble. So I'm like, what am I going to do hanging out in a casino in AC? Like, really,
Spend $20 at
Yeah.
at a blackjack table. Who knows?
No, like if they had done it now, I might go because you know why? You can bet on football, right? You can hang out in the sports book, have a few drinks, watch the football games you bet on. But like to go just to go hang out and play poker or blackjack, I don't want to do that anymore, So
ATP, would you get with Celine Dion, bro?
not now. Maybe she was
What?
never that great, you know.
You could hit that, bro.
Maybe 20 years ago.
ATP, what is your
I
biggest
told you
catch?
guys I'm friends with the guy who used to be the Hardy Hemphill. He used to be the keyboard player for Shania Twain. I want to get him on the show.
Oh, damn.
ATP, you remind me of Dan
You hit that,
Bilzerian
right?
a little bit.
He is. Dan.
So
Basically
what
the
is
same.
the
know one of my friends, actually
Yeah.
this girl I talked about from Spain, one of her friends was one of Dan Bilzerian's girls.
Ooh.
She has the craziest stories. Like,
Get her on to this show. We need to talk to her
no,
right now.
man,
I need
I
to talk
can't.
to
That
her.
one I can't because
I need to talk to her.
Dude, it is. That guy is insane.
What do you mean by insane?
Just it's not even partying stuff. It's just that guy is just
Like he controls you. He'll like say,
Yeah,
you not do
like that
this,
kind of
you'll not do that. I will control your life, your livelihood,
That
who
kind of
you
stuff.
are.
Yeah, totally.
That's
totally.
disturbing in my opinion.
Yeah. He's like,
Oh, so he's a piece of shit. Okay, I get that.
I can't say anything else.
Don't say anything. I don't want to get you in trouble at all. But I
Yeah,
do want
look, the Russell Wilson story is totally true, so I'm not even worried about it.
right.
So like, but with Bilzerian, he's the kind of guy who could go after you. I could see too. So like, who needs that? So.
But you're on an island. You pull bitches. I know you do.
Yeah,
You're a
of
good
course.
looking guy. I'm not capping. I'd fuck you if I was a chick. You're a good looking dude.
Yeah.
You sound like KB. That's the way he talks.
I mean, you are good looking. You got the long hair.
Everyone makes fun of my hair, but I got Michael Hutchins. You keep saying that.
No, you got good hair.
Hutchins
You got hair.
hair.
Hey, you know what? Most of these motherfuckers are
Look at
fucking
me.
almost
I
bald.
barely got any
Look
left,
at Dr.
bro.
Chow. He looks like an Auschwitz victim. All right,
Yeah. I'm dying,
a
bro.
fucking Jew over here.
Yeah, I noticed, Chow. You definitely have the receding hairline, dude. I'm 40. I'm
Big
40.
nose, short hair. All right, so
Hey, we're pretty. Hey, we should promote ourselves next week. We're pretty sure we don't want to announce it right now. 'Cause I want to.
go ahead.
We're gonna have a good guest next week.
Yes,
Oh,
sir. Oh, I can't wait. What day is that? Remind me. What day can you go on?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay, that's your birthday, right?
Yeah.
I gotta get a cake on here then. I gotta get something going
He
for
was
you for your
talking to me. I
birthday.
don't know if you saw. He did a video, Chow, last
This
night
Wednesday, all right.
about his wedding. Donnie did a video. I kind of gave it away right there, but he did a video last night on his wedding. He mentioned me right at
last night.
You got to watch him, man. He mentions me right at the beginning.
Really?
Oh, dope.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right.
I mean,
all right.
yeah, that'll be dope.
So it's
Dude, does
ATP's.
he really look exactly like Roger Federer?
Yeah, he
That
looks
came
great.
up
Yeah,
recently.
I never thought about that, but yeah, he's got totally the Roger Federer look going on.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
He's
That's
lost a
not
lot of
better.
weight. He looks good. Like he actually me and him have probably both lost about 15 pounds since those videos in the Bahamas. So he looks good, man. So,
God bless.
I can't wait to have you guys on. So this Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday, it's gonna be your birthday. How old are you turning, mate?
46, unfortunately.
40. No, unfortunately, you're younger
Oh,
than
that's
fuck.
good.
How old is Ray? 49? 48?
48, 49, Ray. Ray looks pretty good for his age.
Dude,
You know,
Ray has gout and he's drinking on gout. Dude, he's fucked. He's gonna lose
well,
his
that's
fucking foot.
stupid. I just mean his actual like physical appearance.
Oh no, he looks good. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, yeah, he's. I've had friends who have gout. You can't be drinking on that. Like that's just like, so.
Six people
cares?
watching. I love it. What a show.
That's what makes it good.
This is what makes it good. Wait till we have thousands watching us, and then you'll reap what you sow.
Yeah.
All right.
Probably, I think Ray's on with Alex Stein right now. It's probably why I have nobody watching.
Alex Stein, the Jew,
Oh, Ray.
the fake Jew.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
even think he's Jew.
He's not.
He's
That's why I call him the
bro.
fake
He's
Jew.
fake, bro.
Hey, dude, don't say that because I want to get him on the show. He loves me, so
Oh yeah.
No, I love Alex
fine.
Stein, too.
Yeah,
I
Alex
love his-
Stein, You're fine.
I love
He
his
was
troll.
following me on Twitter for a minute, and then I DM'd him up try to get him to troll Kevin, and then he unfollowed me, and I unfollowed
You can't
him.
do that. He's
I'm not a
Team
fan,
MLC
bro.
all the way, bro. You can't do that.
Yeah.
That's
I
why
mean,
he loves
I'm Team Pod Awful when it comes to that beef.
No, like I love Alex Stein, but like I don't like his show at all. He does. I do like his stuff when he goes to a public discourses and he
that's the
talks.
best.
That's the best part shit about his thing. And I loved his what do you call his fight night thing he did when he's trying to fight that
his Chad show was
Islamic.
great.
Yeah.
Like,
No, he's funny.
The
He's a
card
funny
thing didn't
dude.
hit that hard, man. The card thing wasn't that funny.
No,
Chad didn't react to it. It wasn't that funny. He just threw it out there.
No, it was
comedy is you do the crazy shit and then you get them triggered enough to react, but he didn't trigger him enough. He just was like, okay, whatever. It wasn't that funny. It was funny for like half a second, then it wasn't funny anymore. It's like, dude,
I thought it was
you need
more
to trigger him more.
The whole thing, the way Chad looked, like he was so fat. He was red.
That's not funny though, man.
It's funny to me.
That's it's funny to you, but funny for me. The NFL threw me off. I like all your shows for what's it worth. The NFL threw me off. That's because we're actually all NFL fans at heart. No matter what people, even though the show isn't as popular as the interview shows, this is our pastime. This is what we enjoy, and we do what we want to do. It's my show.
There's a guy I follow who does Raider content, Mitchell Renz, and it's more like a show like this. It's more like goofing around, having fun, drinking. If someone gives him like $100 super chat, he does like 2 or 3 shots. Him and the other
you
guest,
can do that, not me.
Yeah. Him and his other guests are like wasted by the end of the show, and it's funny. And the guy just did it for like 2-3 years, and now he's got like a huge following.
Yeah,
and that's what you have to do with these things. It's not like it happens overnight. People like Melton will like zoom in. Oh, these guys got 200 views or something.
12 years, motherfucker. 12 years.
Oh,
how long? No, who's longer, wasn't he?
He was getting those kind of views for like 10 years. Yeah, it's like
ATP knows more than I do.
So I don't know. It's
Not
like
good.
So anyhow,
not good. But let's go over real quick what we talked about though. I got Steelers, Eagles, Vikings.
Both you guys, and I just got the Raiders instead of the Steelers. That's it.
That's it. That's all we got. Okay.
And let's do your upset pick again. You said,
let's do the upset picks. So let's start off with Dr. Chow, then we'll do ATP, then
I'll
we'll do
take
me.
the Bears with the points against Kansas City.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
That's a lot of points. 12 and a half.
That is a lot of points.
So I'm going to do 2. So one of my upsets going to be that Ravens game. The plus.
Oh, dude, Gardner Minshew. Yep.
Yeah, with Minshew, and then a favorite I'm going to say is going to cover easy. I cannot see the Broncos in Miami. Miami just beat the Pats by 7 in New England.
Right.
It's -6.5. I think Miami's going to kill them. So I would take Miami.
All right, and then I got Ryan Tannehill bouncing back, beating the Browns at home. I mean, not at home for him, but the Browns are at home. He's gonna beat them, guarantee it right now.
But by the way, I love Henry, the back.
Derrick Henry, King Henry, King Henry.
That he's old school Jim Brown type running back. I love that, man.
I think I think this is his last year, bro.
Really?
He's getting
Why?
old.
Why?
Look at what happened. Adrian Peterson, bro. Yeah, he's
Adrian Peterson was good to 35, man. No, Henry 29. So maybe 2 years, 2-3 years, I'd say.
Peterson was good till like 29, 30, and then like he kind of fell off.
No,
and
dude, Adrian Peterson. Again, you're dealing with the stat nerd here, dude. Adrian Peterson had like 1,000-yard season for Washington when he was 33 years old.
Yeah, but
that's so good.
Like being like a legendary guy like Derrick Henry, like he became like kind of like a.
I will say though,
3 yards carry guy.
Yeah. Adrian Peterson's last.
He wasn't the G. He was an MVP in the NFL. Like
when he was 30, 2015, he was 30. He ran for like 1,500 yards. That was his last really great year.
Did he ever hit 2,000 yards?
Yeah.
That's right.
2012.
Right after his ACL tear, right? Or whatever.
2012.
2012. It was Minnesota, correct?
Oh yeah, dude. He was so nasty running downhill on people.
No, he was like 15,000 yards.
Everyone up, bro.
Well, we mentioned Emmitt Smith because of that trade, dude. I know people think, Emmitt Smith is offensive line, but one thing that's insane about Emmitt Smith, if you go look at his career statistically,
right,
the amount of touches that guy, like all like 5,000 times, like carried the ball, getting receptions. The fact that guy is not in a wheelchair, I'm telling you, it is amazing to touch the ball 5,000 times and take that punishment. He's got to have some insane genetics,
Oh yeah. I mean, he's a legend, of course.
But let me get my picks in real quick. I got Colts with Ravens. I agree with the Gardner Minshew aspect. And then I'm gonna go a little crazy here with my. I said the Brown. I said Tannehill versus them, and then I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna go Commanders over Bills. I'm gonna do it.
I can see the Commanders covering.
Dude, I don't know. Their QB and their fucking O-line are so.
I like the QB, and their O looked really good last week against a pretty good Broncos defense.
I don't know, dude. Okay. So here's my thing. I'm not completely over the hill with the Bills coming back from that first week loss. I need to see at least one more good game, and the Redskins have proved to me, Commanders, I'm sorry, have proved to me that they're the commies. Have proved that they're actually a good football team. So this week,
give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I'll be right back. I want to show you something.
All right. I'll just talk to you real quick, Dr. Chow.
Yeah, I'm here.
I really think that third week really solidified if the Commanders are actually a good football team with their QB at the back, and if they can beat the Bills, dude, I think they're going to be on.
I can see it happening.
I can see it happening too. I really can. I can see the Bills falling back like they did the first week with the Jets. But if the Bills beat the Commanders this week, they're something to be reckoned with to some extent, in my opinion.
We've been talking about the Bills being a big regression team. So
right, exactly. Yeah. So like I'm very like mid with them now.
Yeah. When they became the Commanders,
I believe you.
Or whatever, Washington football team, the Commanders, I was like, I'm going to start buying Redskins memorabilia because it's going to be worth something someday.
Yes.
So I got like a John Riggins jersey, and I got like a Sonny Jurgensen jersey. They're still in the packaging, you can see, right? So
yeah,
at some point I'll frame them or something like that, right?
That's hard shit, dude. You don't got any Robert Griffin III jersey or nothing?
He stinks.
Get a Cousins, bro.
He's so bad as an announcer too. Get him off the air. He's garbage.
Well, here you go. Browns only give it one TD this year. Go Browns.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I know you guys are down on the Raiders, but I'm like, dude, that Steelers, I know our Raiders defense is bad, but like that Steelers offense is so bad. They only scored 12 points on offense against the Browns.
Kenny Pickett will turn it up. Trust me. Mike Tomlin's in his ear coaching him along the way. But
what
boys,
about tonight's game?
No, yeah, let's do tonight's game real quick before we end the stream.
10.5 points.
I'm going Niners. I think it's going to be a blowout.
Niners minus 10.5 versus the Giants.
I'm going Niners, man, because it's just going to be a blowout. Like, they're at home.
Brock Purdy's insane.
Like the Giants don't have Barkley. I just can't see this being a close game.
I don't either. I see them tearing them up. I'm going 49ers.
Like, you wait for like football all day, like on a Thursday like this, and it's like you don't want the game to be 30-0 at halftime, but I just think it's gonna be a blowout.
Yeah, I'm going 49ers. How about you boys?
I'm going Niners.
I'll take the Giants.
This game doesn't count in our official picks.
What the fuck are you got it with the Giants, man, over the Niners? Tell me, what's your logical reasoning for the Giants versus the 49ers?
The Giants are going to win, but just with that's a lot of points, 10.5.
It is, but
you never know.
Come on, you got to think logically, though.
Yeah, but it would probably be like 24-14 or something.
You think they're going to score 14? Daniel Jones?
I don't know. Maybe not. Fine.
He goes, fine. I'm going.
I'll bet with you. Like.
Good. There you go.
I was just trying to be a contrarian, because you guys both took Niners plus minus 10.5, and I was like, well,
yes, but Doctor, you have self-respect, all right?
I'm a Niners max.
I will not allow one of my friends to go for a team that's trash.
Maximalist, I've been talking 49ers are going to win the Super Bowl, everything like that. So I felt like I should just go against them.
You want to hear something hilarious? So I'm doing this football pool. You pick one team a week. You can only pick them once. But it's not a survivor pool against the spread, right? So then someone just doesn't pick like Eagles are the best teams like every week, right?
Right.
So I got 12 people in it. The payout's $2,400, right? I got Captain Morgan in it, and I help him out with the picks. I basically make his picks. Let's face it, right? So I picked the Rams over the Niners for him last week.
Oh my God.
I
I bet you got chewed out.
No. It was -7.5. I don't know if you saw that game.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
23-30,
Field
right?
goal.
No, to the end of the game, there's like no time left of the clock. The Rams are like, oh, we'll just kick a field goal. We're down by 10. And they cover the spread.
Hey, there you go,
I
buddy.
saw that.
I'm like, yeah.
Oh God damn it. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's end this right here, right now. We got all of our picks. We got everything going on for next recap for this week's preview and recap and whatnot. Gentlemen, I really appreciate you guys coming on. Dr. Chow, Addicted Prophets / David. You guys are awesome, gentlemen. And good luck to your teams this week, I would say.
Actually, speaking of leads, just to end off here because we were talking about them.
Yeah,
You know, we have two Welsh guys on the team.
Good men, good Wellsmen.
Andrew, which he's a midfielder, and Daniel James.
Good. I hope they succeed from the United Kingdom one day. Either way. Anyway, boys, you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys later, all right?
Okay, take care, guys.
Take care, boys.